Good evening, members of Spiritually Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing tonight? For those who tune in on their stream live, they're showing the chats. For those who tune in on YouTube, Facebook, and my sure real TikToks under HCS895. How y'all doing tonight? Tonight we're doing an open mic night dealing with succubus, incubus. I guess I could have placed sleep paralysis on there, night terrors. Uh, it's open mic night to the public or to whoever views here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Uh, if you want to add something that you went through while you were asleep, dealing with succubus, incubus, uh, night terrors, the sea witch, whatever they call them, you're more than welcome to share your story here live tonight on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I will share the link, place a link on top, so like that. If people want to join the live, you're more than welcome to share your stories here tonight on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. If you're all seeing this from YouTube, you can find, I haven't shared it to my links yet, but I do have a Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook. If you hit the like button and subscribe, you can join in through Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook. I'll place it on my live feed under HCS on Facebook, and you can join through there. And if you get a story you want to share, we could stick succubus, incubus, basically anything. That's why it's called open mic night tonight. Open mic. Let me see. Send a link. I'll place a link in a moment, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm gonna send an invite real quick. There you go. There's share live a link. I'm gonna put the link here right off the bat, so it'll be on top of the page. Open mic night. There we go. I hope everybody's doing great tonight. So how was everybody's weekend? Yesterday I didn't do a live because went to a little concert and spent some time with my wife. Went to a place where you could, like, they have all kinds of games. So that's what I did last night. Just trying to get the motivation of getting my workouts in and stuff like that. Still recuperating from my hand. But it's just getting better. My hand is getting better. Okay, I'm going to share this live with the groups I share on Facebook real quick. Okay. There we go. We're all set. How you doing, Brother Randy? How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing great. Today I got a special shirt on. Is the Thundercats shirt. Who remembers the Thundercats from the 80s? Who remember the Thundercats? Got this Thundercat shirt on here. Let's see. You see Lionel down there with his little sword. That's what I'm wearing tonight. I might show it off later on tonight. I got some shorts that match with that have Thundercats on them. Be a pretty good show back in the 80s. How you doing, sister? His cousin Jesse. All right, let me bring him in. What's up, cousin? How you doing?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Got my Thundercat shirt on. What was the name of this one, Primo? The mummy
That's
one?
Mumra, the ever living
Mumra, there you go.
ancient spirit of evil. Transform this decayed corpse into Mumra, the ever living. Hi, Evie. Hi, Randy.
Yeah, I can show it off. Let me see.
Nice.
There's my shorts. I cut Thundercats too on the side right here.
Yeah, man. That Lionel dude, man. What's up, Lawrence? He was real disrespectful to Mumra, man.
Lino?
Nice. You got Thundercats, Lawrence. Yeah, Primo. That Lionel was always disrespectful to Mumra. He would always say, "Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, ho!"
Yeah, I had to put it on, man. It's got a matching shorts to it, dude. It's comfortable. It fits. Of course, I had to give me like a 3X on it because the sizes were smaller, I guess. So, but it fit me. Yeah, cousin.
Ah, Wonder Twin powers activate. Yep, yep.
And I got
Oh, that's kick ass, man. I like that.
look at that.
Double wolf heads.
Yeah, they're playing tug of war.
Lauren says he has a Mumra action figure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and I got a
you
hammer,
got a mystical hammer.
a mystical hammer here.
Dude,
Everybody,
all I got is Madeline's toe. all
eh,
I got is Madeline's toenail.
and I got well. This is not dealing with Lino, but this is He-Man. I saved
Oh
it from my
shit, you got
brother
a He-Man? Dude,
when I s-
you better not ever open that, man. That's gonna be worth some money someday.
yeah, but I'm gonna give it as a present to my brother.
Oh, okay.
because he used to like He-Man when he was a kid.
Yeah, I remember.
Even though we're older, I found this for him, man. It's in a real good condition. There's nothing wrong with the box. Let me do a close
Nice.
up of He-Man so y'all can see him. I'll light up this a little bit brighter.
There he is.
It's when he's in the God mode, I guess, or when he gets his power.
Mm-hmm. By the power of
He
Grayskull.
transforms. That's how he looks. His transformation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be looking like this.
Yep.
Whenever I see him, man. Let me get this back to size here.
Welcome, Madeline Chap. How you doing?
La Duende showed up.
Mm-hmm. She had to. I have her toe.
You got a Leak One, somebody named Leak One in here. How you doing? Tonight is open mic night for whoever likes to share a story. I put the topic of succubus incubus because we can relate to that. All of us, I believe everybody that's gone through something, nightmares, sleep terrors, can relate to the succubus and incubus. So that's like a topic that we can all talk because the majority of people go through something like that daily. Doesn't matter if it's day or night.
Because my sobrina was here today, and she said that she's being attacked, and then she
I
showed me
put it
some.
up there,
She showed me
the link.
some kind of like some hickeys,
Hmm.
and I told her when she was getting attacked. She said she's been getting attacked in her sleep, and I asked her if she's been having weird dreams, and she said, "Yeah." I said, "Then you have an incubus that's visiting you at night." I told her you need to when you start having those dreams, you need to see if you can wake up, and when you see him there feeding on you, you need to tie by it and rebuke him in the name of Jesus. But yeah, she had like hickey marks on her arms.
Yeah, that's what they do. She needs to cleanse her home. I would suggest cleanse her home, place some heavenly crosses on the doors and the window. But the only way they can attack you, she might have a spiritual opening. We need to find out what that spiritual opening that she might have. Because no, that's how they attack it, through spiritual openings, like anything else, you know.
Primo.
But you told her to bless a room, place some crosses. Do you
No.
tell her not to fear it? Like if she sees something, to take authority over it in Jesus Christ's name.
Yeah, I told her that.
What's your name, Primo?
Huh?
What's your name?
Her name is Alexis.
That's Chuki's daughter.
Yeah.
We can pray for her if you like right now. Uh,
All right, cousin.
so what other things before we go into prayer? What other things?
She's been getting physically not physically, but she's been getting drained spiritually to the point where she passes out.
A lot of allergies, man. Today, a lot of pollen in the air or something. I don't know.
She feels confused. So I told her that she needed to seek Jesus. And I told her you need to pray and stay in your faith and don't be afraid. So yeah.
Okay. Heavenly Father, at this time, we'd like to pray for Alexis. Uh, as we place heavenly spiritual crosses on her from head to toe, all over her body, Heavenly Father. As we place all the spiritual crosses all over her body, is for protection, We place 70 spiritual crosses in the room, in the house, doorways, windows, any passageway. Uh, we're also placing heavenly spiritual crosses outside her home, all around her home, uh, as we take authority over any unclean spirits, demonic spirits, succubus, incubuses. We speak into you as we tie, bind, and rebuke you through Jesus Christ's name. You're not allowed to affect Sister Prima Alexis anymore. We take authority over your Jesus Christ's name. We tie, bind, and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. As we bind you, you're not allowed to affect her anymore. Be gone. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, cousin.
You're welcome, Prima. Yeah, man, it's not a good feeling when you're attacked by the succubus incubus. I got attacked when I was raising my son by myself. I wasn't uh, really involved with anybody with females. I was just busy being a father, raising my son, and I got attacked like in I can't remember what year it was. I believe like around 2006 when I got attacked by a succubus. Where same things were happening to me. I was waking up with hickey-like marks on my neck area, on my chest, bite marks in between my groin area, and I didn't. I mean, there were big bite marks. And I was like trying to figure out what was going on, what was biting me and stuff like that. Uh, but this, and through lechuza wise, sometimes witches, when the form of lechuza, they can do that too. When the lechuzas attack, it looks like hickey-like marks all over your body, where they're trying to mark you, but they're marking you literally, but they're leaving hickey-like marks, like supposedly trying to suck the blood out of you or something in that kind of way, or your life source. So they leave a mark behind. It could be hickey-like marks, bite marks, or scratches. So what you got to do is face the aggressor, face the succubus or incubus. That's what I had to do to get rid of her. Is face her. In which I would pray to the Heavenly Father to give me the the opportunity to fight where it was causing harm to my vessel, to my body. And it happened. And when it happened, I was ready for it because I already knew what I was going to do. Tie, bind, and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. I was able. See, what people don't understand um, is in this dream state, what the succubus do is uh, put you in the dream where things can happen to you physically. And what I mean by physically, when we think about sin, we can talk about seduction. Where they're trying to seduce you, and you could, like for a guy, we're seeing naked women. For a woman, they might be seeing a naked guy, but they're seducers. Kind of like you think about Count Dracula and the vampires, how they're dressed, vampiristic. That's why the succubus and incubus are called energy vampires, right? So they try to keep you trapped in the dream. So where your spirit is being trapped in the dream, where your body is resting, that's when the succubus or incubus is over you, draining your energy. So if they can keep you preoccupied in those dreams, then they're able to drain your energy and even possibly kill you in your sleep. So that's why it's important to face them. That's what happened to me. I pray to God to give me the opportunity, you know, to do the sign of the cross, because I just got a sharp pain right here on the head, right in here when I'm talking about this.
Uh,
If there's any negative energies on me or trying to affect any of my viewers, we type on the rebuke of Jesus Christ's name, you're not welcome here. Leave.
Amen. Hello, Deborah Northworthy. You know what I did do for her, cousin? You remember in the first the first stuff that you shipped me, you sent me a silver little thing with a see-through arrowhead.
Yeah.
I prayed over it and I gave it to her, and she said when she touched it, it made her feel different. It made her feel weird. I guess when I prayed over her and gave it to her, whatever was in there or uh, binding her,
Around it, attached.
yeah,
Yeah, because
attached to her, it felt it, and she started feeling better after I gave her that, man. I told her to put it on a necklace and carry it with her.
yeah, well, what people don't understand is succubus, incubus, they can attach themselves to you, to your chakra, your soul. They can attach there and be there, feeding off of you, and you don't even know it. That they're feeding off of you. Of course, they're in spirit form, so you're not going to see it. You might feel a certain way, like you're feeling sick and stuff. You don't know what's happening because you can see that it's attached to you. So that's why it's important when you fight these things. The only way you can fight it is in spirit.
She
And
also said that she went to the emergency room and they couldn't find nothing wrong with her.
yeah, there will
So
be
I
no
told her.
signs of anything wrong with you.
So I told her
Yeah,
if you go to the hospital and the doctor can't find nothing, it's spiritual. But yeah, her eyes, man, when she touched the stone that I gave her eyes were like she blinked real
was
hard. She goes,
was the one that I gave you a little one?
yeah, it was a little one. It was silver with a little clear crystal. I think
Oh,
it was a clear selenite. I think.
selenite.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I gave you a pendant. You
yeah,
had a pendant
yeah,
to, so she could wear it for protection. That's good,
yeah.
cousin.
So I told her to put it on a string or a necklace, but to put it on her and wear it. But I prayed over it, man, before I gave it to her,
You blessed
so
it.
that
Yeah.
it would ward off any evil, any witchcraft or narcolepsy, any kind of demonic creature. And when I gave it to her, her eyes like they got big, and then she said she felt something when I handed it to her. When I put it in her hand, she said she felt like a jolt of lightning or something like that.
Yeah. Well, cousin Jesse is talking about is selenite. Well, kind of like this selenite that I got around my neck. Let me get a close up on this selenite, or I got,
Like this one right here, cousin.
yeah. That's a good one too. Selenite or selenite.
Yeah, I got one of those too, man, that you sent
Selenite
me.
brings selenite. You can energize your minerals. You put this out there in the sun or in the moon. You can put your minerals there, and it'll charge them up. But at the same time, selenite will bring your guardian angels and angels for protection. So it's always good to put selenite on your like on the windows or around your home to protect your home. Selenite and black tourmaline. That's what I got. But
Hello,
I carry
runner. How you doing?
I carry it with me everywhere I go.
So I don't have one of those for tourmaline, but I got this.
Yeah, there's Black Obsidian does the same thing.
But yeah, man, I helped her out and I blessed her with a mineral, and she
Hmm.
felt it as soon as she touched it. So
That's good, cousin. Primo. I'm not gonna lure the wrong way, man. That's I'm here because you're my blood, man, and I'm here to help. Whatever I can, or for anybody.
and
That's what about
with
people's
what you
spirit.
s- with what you said me, man, if I can bless somebody else to protect them, I'm gonna use it, man.
Yeah,
Especially with their family.
that's what we're supposed to do.
You still at work, runner? Yeah. What time you get off, man? It's almost 11:30.
When I face the succubus, brother and sisters, in the dream I was in, I was in a bar. It looked like New York. All these women had like see-through gowns. You could see everything. There
Wow.
was like 20 women. So they were trying to keep me in the bar. And when you look at them, you can think of, if New York, there's the ocean, think of sirens, right? But vampiristic, like vampires or succubus. So I get out of the bar and there's this fence. I climb over the big old fence and they're all following me. They're climbing the fence, they're trying to keep me, trying to get me not to leave. And I'm trying to wake up from the dream. So as they're coming towards me, it's when I wake up because, I didn't fall for what they were trying to do to me, like seduce me. So when I wake up from my sleep, I'm laying down, open my eyes. The succubus is hovering over me. I could say because a succubus is more the demonic or in spirit form. So I see the succubus with her mouth open, and she's trying to drain my energy. My spirit,
The
which is
life,
kind of like a blue energy
the life force.
of the life force, right? So she's got her mouth open, trying to drain, and I'm looking at her, and I said, the first thing I said, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. When I said that, the succubus opened her eyes real big. They got real, real big, and she exploded. I'm talking about just exploded, and she went to different directions. But one of the things that happened is there was, I'm talking about a lot of orbs in my room of different colors flying everywhere. Like the spirits that she had captured over the centuries got freed. So I start praying for all the spirits that were in there. I call upon the heavenly angels to show them to their destination, and a big old blue light came from on top, like a blue light, and the spirits started leaving, started taking them. The blue light started taking them, all the spirits. There was one that stood one in front of me, like telling me thank you in a sense of a way. Then it went into the light and it took them, but I seen how she looked. It's she's not a woman. It looks like a woman, but it's not a woman.
Damn demon.
Well, yeah, more demonic. But she looked like she had long hair, white. Her hair was white. When people talk about what they call her, the sea witch. Well, that's kind of how she looked from the face. Her face is ugly as hell, all wrinkly, uh, nasty. But she was a spirit form, levitated. That would be the proper word, right? Hovering or levitated over me as I'm laying down. She's laying over me, trying to take my life source. And after that day, I never seen her again because she got defeated in spiritual warfare. There
Started
was
to
the incubus was outside the house, and the familiar, because I traveled with a familiar also, and they were chanting what we were fighting spiritually. And after she got eliminated, I prayed against them too because they were outside my home. I could hear them chanting something out there, and called the ambulance to get rid of whatever was outside my window, and they did. They left too.
started the show strong, cousin. We started strong this show.
Yes, remember it's open mind, my brothers and sisters. The topic is succubus incubus, which includes, in which it's too much to put in. There will be nightmares, night terrors, uh, sleep paralysis, any experiences dealing with the dream world, right? Dreams. That's what the topic is tonight. The succubus and incubus. What what tries to control our dreams? What tries to interfere in our dreams to cause? I mean, it's because we're asleep, right? We're not awake, we're asleep. So they try to keep us preoccupied in the dream to try to attack us as we sleep. That's why your cousin had those marks, Primo, or
Hmm.
your
My
niece.
niece. Yep. She says she's been feeling very weak and she's been fainting and whatnot. So she's been probably getting attacked for a while now.
And where does she live?
She lives where my brother used to live, maybe about 5 minutes from here, in an upstairs apartment. What's up, Breezy?
How you
You in
doing,
the
Breezy?
heezy?
How you doing? How you doing tonight? I hope you're doing great, brother. We're having a Thundercat Thundercat live here, and we're having an open mic night. Succubus, incubus is a topic. Anything dealing with that, night terrors, nightmares, uh, sleep paralysis, you name it. That's what the topic is tonight. And I was thinking because we haven't talked about this in a while, so I figured let's start this week with a bang, because I'm gonna try to work out tomorrow. Try to see if I can grasp those weights. It's just my hand is still healing. Um, and start with a bang, man. In my week, start the week with a bang and finish it with a bang. So, what do you think, cousin, about this succubus and incubus?
Well, I know that they're demonic, man, and I know that you took two off of me when I was in the valley, man. And my then son-in-law, he had a camera in my room, and he said that one night he turned it on, man, while we were sleeping, and that there was a female floating over my body while I was sleeping. That's when I got a hold of you. I'm doing good, Breezy. Welcome in the heezy.
How you doing, brother Joe Breezy?
But yeah, that's when I got a hold of you when you were doing the positive spiritist. Spiritist.
Positive spiritualist.
There you go. I couldn't get it out, man. But that's when I got a hold of you.
That was my first group I had was positive spiritualist on Facebook, and then it stopped growing, because I got targeted. Re- People reporting me that didn't like the works that I was doing because I'm bringing the spiritual aspect of things within the cryptic community, paranormal community. So they targeted me, and cults targeted me too because when you bring Jesus Christ into the equation of things, they dislike that. They dislike that. So I created Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, and here we are. So you can find me on Facebook, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. You want to subscribe or join? I'll add you. Or you can find me on YouTube,
YouTube.
Spiritual Encounters.
You can
And
find
of
them on
course,
TikTok.
we use a Restream to do these lives. I think Restream's been doing pretty good now, don't you think, cousin?
Yeah, yeah. We've had a lot more success doing Restream than YouTube because YouTube freezes up, and then it's like we're under a bridge, and all the trolls want to get under the bridge with us, man.
Yeah. So a lot of trolls get mad because they can come and interrupt us. So to me, when I do the shows, it's about just people to sharing our stories or experience to bring to awaken a brother and sister spiritually. What you can do, what not to do, how to fight spiritually against the things that you might not understand what you're facing. But how do you test something that's in spirit? You test it through the spirit. Now I always hear what people say. I pull out my gun and shot at it and all this stuff. Nothing happened, because you can kill something that's in spirit, right? That could be a spiritual opening. Killing something that's not out of love, right? So as the guy's shooting his bullets, the spirit can come right back to him and attach itself to him, into his foundation, because that's not love. So they know what they're doing when they find somebody that's what do you call them? Well, a person that has a lot of weapons, the things that can handle a situation with weapons. That's easy prey for them. The
I
only
don't
way
know,
you
man.
can
There's
fight
only
something,
one name there's only one name that comes to mind when there's a person like that. I just call them Tackleberry from Police Academy, man.
yeah.
Head on weapons.
The only way you can fight something like this, brothers and sisters, is in spirit through Jesus Christ. That's the only way. And you better be on the right path and have that relationship with Jesus Christ, because if you don't, just like you know it, it's in spirit. He knows your spirit too. So he knows you have spiritual openings. That's why he attacks, right? The path that you're on. That's what they attack, or attach themselves to you. That you don't know that it's attached to you. Your neck starts hurting, your back starts hurting. Uh, you start having all kinds of problems. Can't sleep well. Waking up with hickey like marks and scratches, bite marks. And there's another thing that I haven't spoken about. I've never spoken about it, but I'm going to tell you about it. Because when they attack you in your dreams, it's sexually. So sometimes you might wake up. When people call it a wet dream, you might wake up that way. You're gonna feel like you've been violated by something, because that's how they attack. They attack through your privates. So some people might feel affected, like something happened to them in their private. Then you got others that feel affected, like something happened to them in the other private, where you
Oh,
handle business, your number twos. So there's
oh,
people that are going to feel violated in that manner. But that's what the succubus, incubus do. They find any kind of way to drain the energy. That's
that's messed
crazy,
up.
right? Imagine that,
It's
being
messed up, man.
violated, and you can file a police report that you've been violated, because nobody's going to believe you. Well, they're going to ask you, how did it look? I don't know. It was, I couldn't see it, but I just seen this black figure. It looked like a woman with white hair. They're gonna think, they're not gonna believe your story. But even though you have the marks and everything. So can we call the succubus maybe a cougar? I mean, like a cougar of sort, because she's been here for a very long time. So, but she, what she does is drain spirits. That's what she likes to do, and have a
That's
little bit fun on
crazy.
the side. Especially being targeted through sin, right? Because there will be sin when it's violating your body. There will be like a sin. So yeah, sometimes when you wake up like that, it's not a good feeling waking up like something done happened to you, and it happened while you were asleep.
Especially when the damn incubus is maricon. Yeah, that's messed up, man.
That's runner about it. Hit it encounter with an incubus like that, no runner.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, they attack that way too. They can do a tag team on you, man. The succubus incubus, because they work together. So you can be violated in many ways. Uh,
Don't tell me that, man. That reminds me of my damn colonoscopy.
and you'll be very tired because your energy is being drained that way. Imagine if that happens to you every night for a whole month, and you're not getting your sleep like you're supposed to. How are you gonna feel by the end of the month? You're
Tired.
gonna feel
Very tired.
tired as hell, man. Your face is gonna be looked like messed up, because you're real tired. Resting right, and that succubus, incubus, even the familiar is there. They're draining your freaking energy because they tried to you. I think there used to be a show on TV about a succubus and incubus. This lady, there was a succubus, and it was just a TV show. But
Yeah.
this succubus and incubus that I'm talking about, man, they've been going doing this for a very long time. They've affected many millions and millions of people for a very long time. I wonder if there are children of Lilith that are doing this. If the succubus incubus, what line do you think they come from? Do you think they come from Lilith, or do you think they come from Cain, or yeah, from Cain? What do you think that their origins are from?
They probably come from Lilith and Satan.
Let's see what Runner says. Just think, walk into a police station, tell them Casper the friendly ghost treated me like in prison. Oh, last night. Nope, not for me. He was singing a song. What song was he singing, Mr. Runner? What song?
Turn
Blue
around,
Eyes.
bright eyes. Turn around, bright eyes.
I mean, we're uh, trying to make it funny. Oh, I forgot to show the hammer tonight, primo. Here's a little mystical hammer.
Hey man, you need to send that to somebody so you can break out of prison.
Got a nice chain on it.
Oh man.
Imagine that. People calling the police 911. I bet you the 911. I'm more than sure 911 has calls where people are call them saying there's a shadow figure in there, or they're seeing this witch, this woman with white hair in their house. I'm more than sure there's been 911 calls dealing with the succubus and incubus. What do you think, Primo? And shadow figures.
Yeah, they probably do get a lot of calls, man, but they probably don't take them because how are they gonna file that paperwork?
Whoever's listening, if there was an archive of police calls, they should check that out because they'll probably have all kinds of calls of all kinds of things that the people are reporting in of what they're seeing or witnessing. Today we got open mic night, brother Joe Brizzy. Right now, we're just the topic is that we're speaking about just a succubus, the incubus, sleep paralysis, night terrors. If you got a story to share, you're more than welcome to share it, brother. I'll place the link here.
Jump on the
Just
live,
for
people.
anybody,
Jump on the
anybody that's
live.
anybody, I'll place the link here. If you wanna, it's open mic night. You wanna share something that's related to this, dealing with this, or anything dealing with this. Not like the other guy that came here. that
Yeah, we're not even gonna mention him.
yeah,
Let's not give him any more fame than he already has.
there you go. I placed the link there. You don't have to show your face. You can just hit
The
the
mic.
speak so you can share your story. I know cousin Jesse has stories. You want to share a story about the succubus incubus? Incubus?
I can share a story about a night terror, cousin.
A
It
night
was
terror.
2090. No, it was 1992, man, and I was living in this apartment over here in Fort Worth, man, in what they call Little Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the time that I was taking care of a one-eyed cat that used to come out from underneath my sink, and the kids had taken his eye out with a stick, so it would just turn into a wild cat. But it would always come in through my underneath my sink, man. And one of those nights, man, I fell asleep, and the next thing you know, man, I'm standing looking down at my sleeping body. And I thought that was weird. I'm like, what am I doing out here? And I could see myself sleeping. And then from underneath the sink, from the cabinet underneath the sink, when the doors opened, and a bunch of small shadow figures came out from in there, man. And they attacked me, and we were fighting in my apartment, man. We were fighting, and the more that I beat up, the more they were coming in from underneath the sink. So I jumped out the window and landed in the front yard. And as I stand up and look around, I see a bunch of shadow figures coming down because we live down a hill. I see them coming down a hill and up the hill, and they were just coming toward me, man. So we're fighting in the front yard, and I'm being overwhelmed. While I was being overwhelmed, man, somehow I managed to roll off the bed, and that woke me up, man. But there was a lot of shadow figures. The whole neighborhood was full of shadow figures, man. They were just, like I said, coming down and up the hill, man. They were just swarming me, man. We were fighting in the front yard. I woke up and I was like, wow, what a dream. I didn't go back to sleep no more, man. I didn't want to go back to sleep because I didn't want to go back to that dream. I didn't know what I know now. But yeah, that it was a night terror, man. I couldn't wake up. I was like fighting, and there was like, man, just the whole neighborhood full of shadow figures, man.
What's the name for them in Spanish for a night terror? You remember?
Uh, uh, Pesadilla? No, that's a nightmare.
Pesadillas. Yeah, pesadillas. Like nightmares, pesadillas. That's what it's called.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that was a real bad dream, dude. But like I said, I
So
trained myself.
when you woke up, cousin, did you have any bruising or markings or anything like that?
No, but I felt very, very tired. I felt like my body hurt, man. I didn't see any bruises, but my body hurt. Um, that was a very strange dream, man. I still remember it to this day. I don't know how the heck I dreamt that, but I dreamt that. It's not as uh, it's not as weird as the time excuse me,
Yeah, sure, sure.
the time that I dreamt that I was fighting Satan in hell,
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting the best of him. The next thing you know, man, I was in a black void by myself, and I was just hanging in a black void by myself, man. I finally fell off the bed and woke up. I don't know what that dream meant, but yeah, he destroyed hell to get me out of there because he couldn't beat me. I don't know what the hell. Subconsciously, I don't know what that meant, but I had that dream anyway, and I was like, every time I think about that dream, and I wonder what it means. I just don't know what it means.
Uh, the one in hell.
Yeah. Cynthia, welcome in, girl. Nice to see you. And the most recent one that I had, Primo. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Was where I was taken in the spirit, man, because I wasn't asleep and I wasn't awake, but I went and to hell, and I was seeing these demons torment souls, and they would strike down with the pitchforks, man, and the souls would come up and stretch like they were in pain, and they would go like that to me, man. And like I said, man, I was there. I couldn't hear anything, but I could see everything. It was really like blood red in there, man. It was like hot flames. I could feel the heat, and when the demons noticed me, they started coming toward me, and I started tie binding and rebuking, and then Jesus came and brought me back out of there, man.
So how
I
did
woke
this
up.
these things look?
They were really,
Oh,
really tall. They were really, really tall, man, and they had like horns like that sticking out, and that's about all I could see them. I couldn't see them from the waist down, man. But like I said, they were coming toward me, and I started tied back and rebuking. You always do, Cynthia. Yeah, like that, primo, like that. That's what they look like, just like that. Wow.
I was in Waco. We had gone there like 2 weekends ago, to the flea market to sell some stuff, and I found it. I bought that mask right there for $1. I guess they were trying to get
Yeah,
rid of it,
yeah,
and
it's probably
I was
because
thinking that
there's
maybe one day I'll do a live or something. But when we're sharing something scary, like talk about we're gonna do a live about the DDN or the demons, the different manifestations it can take.
but yeah, man. When I woke up, I was puzzled about that dream, cousin. Because, like I said, I wasn't asleep and I wasn't awake, but I was taken in the spirit, and that's where I went. I was seeing souls being tortured.
You gotta think about how they make the masks, where they get that from their imagination. If they're
Yep.
coming from their imagination, they gotta be getting some where they slept, where the imagination sees a lot of things when you're asleep. So when people make a mask or paint somebody up to look a certain way, it's from what they're seeing, right? In dreams or what they're thinking in their imagination.
So there you go. I shared
So I
three
just wanted
stories.
to share that the mask real quick. So whoever's not here, well, they didn't get to see it. It's crazy, that mask right there. Reminds me of that movie from back in the day called Demon Night. No, Night of the Demons. So Night of the Demons. There was one about gargoyles, Night of the Gargoyles or Gargoyles. How they looked and stuff like that. That's what it looks like a gargoyle.
Yeah, that's what they look like, man. Just like that.
There you go. Okay, that's freaky, Abe. I saw the exact face pop up out of a
Yeah,
guy's face when
yeah,
I
you told me about it, Cynthia.
when I seen yeah, I've seen all kinds of things, man. Just it's kind of like you really think about it. They say that the Nephilim got destroyed, right? Which their body got destroyed, but the spirit still continue to lives. So if that could happen to the Nephilim that wasn't created by God, so what does it mean about the 1/3 that fell from the heavens of the earth? They might not be here in the flesh, but that means it still exists somewhere, right? Which would be in spirit. We know them as demons. That's why we have to be spiritual ready at all times to be able to fight spiritually. I guess I'm going to say demonic spirits that went against the Heavenly Father and they got casted down. So we're here on earth trying to establish ourselves and we getting tested spiritually uh, to try to make it to ascend, to make it back into the heavenly kingdom, into the heavenly kingdom. Because we're children of the light, we're created under God's image. Then we get all those things that are here, you know, from the Garden of Eve, Lilith, the 1/3 that fell, the Nephilim, the offsprings, and demigods, and unclean spirits, and all the witchcraft and necromancy that was being played here from a long time ago. We have to overcome all that here uh, on earth, so we're here in the flesh as we get tested spiritually. But we know that through Jesus Christ and the Heavenly Love Foundation, you could say we could be as untouchable because we're being protected. So that's the way to make it back into the kingdom of heaven is that way, with no fear and not giving power of belief to this things that we know exist, right? But not give them power because they cannot make it back into the kingdom of heaven. Anything that's fallen that has gone against God can't make it into the kingdom of heaven, but we can. Yeah, I was showing. I said I don't want to freak nobody out. I was gonna do a live with a mask on. I said, but it's not Halloween. They save it for Halloween. But I
What did
missed.
you,
I don't want to mess up Halloween's day because the count likes coming visit us from Transylvania. But that mask I found it. I said, man, that's a scary mask. I said, let me put it do a show one night and just put it
Yeah,
on.
man.
But it looks freaked out, no, cause
When you pulled that out, I said, "What the hell?" That's exactly what I saw. Yeah, I told my pastor about that dream, man, and he told me that he wanted me to give testimony at the church so that people can see that that hell is real, and that if we as Christians fail, that's where we're headed.
what'd you tell him?
And I told him whenever he wanted me to recount my dream, I'd be more than happy to do it, but he ain't never asked me about it. His son told me that because his son preaches as well, he told me that I had to fast for 3 days and ask God for forgiveness for whatever sin or opening I might have.
You've already done that, primo. You asked God for forgiveness for uh well, I don't know if you truly forgiven a certain individual yet, but I know you're trying to. The individual you
It's
spoke about.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Primo. Little by little,
That's,
I'm letting go
that's
of the hate.
that right there might be the spiritual opening, the
Yeah,
forgiveness. You haven't forgiven that man.
yep, yeah, but he did a lot. He did a lot of damage, man.
But
He
he's
gave
not
me
here. He's
he
not here
gave
no
me
more.
psychological scars that people can almost see.
So the only way for you to send him where he's supposed to go, he was doing evil works, is forgiving him, because that's what's holding him in this holding him in this realm from going to whatever destination he's going to.
And like I said, he was native, man.
Yeah.
That fool was red, man. He was native.
Do you think maybe you say he was native? Do you think that might be the indio, the chants that you might have been hearing?
Could be, man. It could be because, like I said, he was native and he was from Matamoros.
There you go. So that could have been the chant that you were hearing. I wonder if my dad even knew. He might have known who you was too. Could you? I
I don't
remember
know,
your
man.
dad used to come to our house.
Yeah, but my dad had nothing to do with that old man. My dad did not like him either. Because eventually my father found out all the beatings we were getting from that old man. And he had to be restrained because he was going to tear him up, man. He was my grandmother's stepfather.
Your grandmother's stepfather.
Yeah.
Let's see what Runner says.
Yeah, I know, runner. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
That's what I've been trying to tell him, that you got to forgive him. It's hard, man, because you got to leave machismo, pride, of the what we call tough love out of the equation when it comes down to forgiving people, man. My God, my God, it's like I have family members that they're struggling to forgive people. It's something they will, if they were still alive or they're still alive, they want to kill them, and that's not godly.
Yeah, when I came back from the valley, man, when I came back from the valley, that my daughter was like a year old, and I saw him because he was still alive. I was waiting for him to just make one mistake so I could just beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying spiritually, that's something it's hard to do. But if you want to really get blessed with the spiritual discernment. Remember, I told you a long time ago, whoever views this channel, that forgiveness is part of love, and that if you were to make it to the kingdom of heaven one day, and you said, I know who you are," uh, which is Jesus Christ, right? Then he would say, "I don't think I know who you are," and then he's going to tell you, uh, "Did you, do you know what forgiveness is?" Because he knows, right? He knows what's in our heart. He knows what we do. He knows everything. But I'm just saying, when you forgive, I'm talking about the spiritual gifts of discernment. When you do the forgiveness and the love became came as one, connected to through Jesus Christ, connect to the spiritual gifts that you get blessed with to Jesus Christ, in which it changes your life completely. One day, when you do forgive, you'll see what I'm talking about, cousin. And
Yeah.
it's an awesome feeling, man.
So I'm hoping to be able to feel that in here in the near future, man.
It's an awesome feeling when you truly forgive, because then you're gonna know that Jesus Christ truly exists. There's people that tell me, "Where is he at?" And I tell them he's around me all the time.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Thank you, Runner.
There you go. Runner has your back. I got your back. Uh, it's harder said than done. Trust me. I'm a veteran also, and I've been in combat. Fighting, and I had to forgive people, and then sometimes, brothers and sisters, this how imperfect we are, right? Because we're not made perfect. That sometimes I could be thinking of something, and I remember somebody else that I haven't forgiven of an incident that might have happened that I had forgotten about. So when that is shown to me, then I forgive that individual and I say, "I'm sorry." But it happens that way. There's people, and I'm talking about is when you anger. Imagine when you're angry with somebody, you get mad with somebody, you let it go, but you forget to say, "Hey, you know what? I'm sorry," or "I forgive you." So that right there by itself, it might not be something big, but that could be a spiritual opening too, because of the anger part, right? The anger, that's what the enemy feeds on. He likes anger, hatred. So there's many openings they can use up against us. So what we're trying to do is trying to trying to find the solution. And I've already found the solution on how to overcome them. Is through forgiveness. I had to forgive that man, that Ignacio Torres. And the reason I knew, I prayed to God that day. I said, "God, give me a sign. Show me something. I'm drowning over here. I'm being engulfed by anger, hatred, and I pray I'm trying to pray and get rid of all this negative things, trying to get hatred in my heart." And I said, "Can you please show me an opening on what's causing all this? A sign." That's when I followed this dark shadow man out of my house, and when he
Oh,
started hovering up the tree, he was laughing. I recognized the laugh, which was that man. I called my aunt. I say, "Hey, is so and so still alive?" She said, "He's been dead for 4 years." That's what she said. Tia Rachel. He said, he's been dead for 4 years. I said, "Well, I guess his spirit must be messing with me. Let me go and take care of it." And I said, "You're not gonna be able to fight it, right? So the only way you can take care of it is by forgiving it. So you take when you forgive, you take all the powers away it might have over you." But yeah, he was trying to torment me because that was the opening. He planted a negative seed. That was the opening he was using to attack me
yeah,
spiritually till
Runner.
I forgave.
That makes you a combat hand to hand specialist, Runner.
I wasn't a frontline combat person, but I was married. Does that count?
He's a head-to-head specialist.
I think that's the hardest for any human being to do is forgive. It's very hard, man.
It is.
Because
I know. I pray on it every day, cousin, and I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to that point where I'm just gonna go because I know where he's buried. I'm just gonna go to his grave and just tell him I forgive you and move on. But it's a work in progress, primo. Hizo
yeah,
mucho daño.
yeah. All I'm saying is that the negativity knows this, so all he's gonna do is continue to use that man, right, to remind you, of all the daño. He's gonna continue to use them, just kind of like when it manifested to look like my mother, and I know there was no way that was my mother. He was trying to get me to believe it was her, and he was mocking me. He was mocking me because what she was wearing was what the same thing she wore that day, the fateful day when I lost my mother. So he was trying to get me to believe with her, but making fun of me at the same time. And he was smiling. I looked at her, but seen through her. I was praying with myself for God to show me His true image, and I seen the true image, and it was smiling. I could see the spirit that was, or the demonic spirit that was doing this. Uh, so as I was going to pray for it, it took off instead because he didn't want me to type out and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. Then it went to the other street, and I was following it, and I kept on praying for the Heavenly Father. I already knew it wasn't her. So as I was typing out, I was saying, "Dear Father," just took off. They ran away, man. There's demonic spirits when you're fighting them spiritually. They run away more than the Floyd Mayweather.
That's a lot of running, man.
They run away like Floyd Mayweather. Worse than Floyd Mayweather.
He was the only runner in boxing, man. You talking runners in boxing? You can't forget
Sugar Ray,
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray got on his bicycle and wouldn't get off. You know that?
Yeah, it's hard. Forgiveness is hard. I try to tell my brothers and sisters about forgiveness, but sometimes it's hard. It's hard. I understand. It's hard, but I'm just trying to guide my brothers and sisters uh, through a Heavenly Love Foundation. That's the only way we're going to be able to survive a spiritual battle. And when I talk about a spiritual battle, that includes succubus and incubus, night terrors, nightmares. It's all spiritual. Running from punches.
Did it say pinches or punches? Just pinches.
But imagine that right there, that sport right there. Is it truly a sport, or is it making fun of the Heavenly Father? Because those guys that are boxing, that's their vessel, right? So how many of the vessels after a match have you seen have been truly damaged, where there's cuts and all kinds of things? And
I
even
remember.
that, after that, after they fight for years like that, then they're gonna be like Muhammad Ali.
I remember. Julio Cesar Chavez left Macho Camacho pissing blood for like about a week after they fought, man, from all the body shots.
There you go. Law Morgan said Sugar Ray could at least fight though, compared to running Floyd Mayweather. That's what Law Morgan said, primo.
He's right.
He did. He fought a Hagler, right? Wasn't it Hagler? He fought a lot of good fighters. Hagler. He fought one of the Mayweathers back then. One of the uncles,
Wasn't it Floyd?
uh, Sugar Ray.
No,
I
but
think
Floyd
Sugar,
Mayweather, wasn't it? Or
Sugar Ray fight Duran.
the infamous No Mas.
Who's the one that messed up his eye? Who's the one that messed up Sugar Ray's eye? That's when he stopped fighting.
I can't remember, man. It might have been Marvin Hagler. What? Fudge.
Yeah, every time we got Mike night, people are afraid to come on and speak.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But hey, man, at least Lalo Lies isn't here lying about coming on the live.
Lalo Lies is I don't know, missing in action.
We're gonna have to do like that movie John Wick. He's gonna have to be excommunicado. Don't be shy, people. Come on, come on. Yeah, Marvin Hagler jacked him up, man.
They
You
had
know,
a one called Aaron Pryor, right? Or
you don't call him Marvelous Marvin for no reason.
yeah, he was pretty tough.
Yeah, I think that was his last fight. Cynthia and Lawrence.
Yeah, he got tore up.
You know, he got tore up when he tried to make a comeback. Dude, they tore his ass up. Any which way he moved, he got hit. You could see the rust.
Well, he got too old, man.
That's why I don't leave the house. I was telling telling Cynthia I became one of those gangsters, man. I talk shit from the porch, and then when they say, "Well, you gonna do something?" I tell them, "My mom won't let me go off the porch." I just talk crap from my porch, man, and when they come back, I come inside the house. When I do something about it, that's it. My mom is calling me, man. I gotta go. Bye.
That messed up. We'll do something about it for and get a phone call. Oh, I gotta go. My mom's waiting for me. I'll get you later, fool.
I'll be busy. I'll be busy then too.
Let me go take out the trash. I'll be back, fool.
And then they kick your butt while you're taking the trash out. Hey man, wasn't your brother in the Navy?
Chain. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
Let me go send him a. What time is
Isn't
it
he?
over?
Isn't he like a 5-degree black belt in Krav Maga now?
I don't know, man.
I
It's
told him
kind of like what Mr. Miyagi said about all that. What was it? What
the,
Mr. Miyagi said?
the belt is just there to hold your pants up. I asked him if we could spar. He told me we weren't on the same level.
Eso de todo, primo.
Yeah, he said we weren't on the same level.
It's too experienced for you.
That's what he says. I don't know, man. I've been at this a long time.
I think what he trains is for sport. It's for, I guess, I don't know, man.
Nah, man,
It,
Krav Maga is not for sport, bro. That's what the Israeli
no, no, no.
military uses.
I'm saying like I see it as a sport for the name, like, but it's not the real thing. It's not real fighting, bro. They'll show you some holds and stuff like that, but when it comes out to real fighting, anything goes.
I don't know, man. The last time he told me he was gonna go take a test, he had to go fight five guys at the same time. I was laughing because I've actually beaten up seven by myself, and I don't know Krav Maga.
I used to fight my whole platoon by myself.
Yeah, I remember.
No, literally, my whole platoon. I will tell them, come at me, and I'll be slinging everybody, man. Taking care. They'll be throwing punches, kicks, whatever they could.
What's up,
I'll
Navy Red 103? Welcome.
to platoon my platoon to come at me, with whatever they had, chingazos, kicks, and I was just tossing everybody around, man, handling business, and I wouldn't hit them. I would just using my defensive moves.
Hey man, this Navy vet person that just came in, is that your brother?
Who? Oh no, I haven't. I haven't. No, I don't know who that is, man.
Welcome, Navy vet 103. How you doing, man?
Navy. What's his name?
Navy vet
Navy vet.
103.
YMCA. In the
In the
Navy.
Navy.
Wasn't there a song
Yeah,
that had
in the Navy. Come on and sail seven seas in the Navy.
one of the YMCA songs was that song of the Navy, right?
Yeah, the village people.
The Village People. There we go.
Runner says Navy vet is his friend. He knows him.
Oh, that's his friend. How you
Yeah,
doing? How you?
exactly. Lawrence, I saw a video of this dude doing nunchucks. And then this white dude comes out. He goes, "Oh, that's a good thing you take your time to learn on that, but I don't know what the user's gonna do." He had a shotgun. It's gonna get you hurt.
Listen,
That's good, runner. He's a good
Chang,
guy. Awesome. Welcome in, Navy vet 103.
I sent Chang and I sent a link to him. Is at his time it's 2 hours behind, so it's 10:19. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
if it pops in. The Changster.
Man, that nickname I gave him stuck, man. I'm the first one that ever called him that, man, and it stuck. Yeah, where's Robert? I see Quiet Chang coming down the road over there.
I had to take out the ring, man, because my finger's still swollen. So I had to let me move it to the other finger. There you go. I'll put it on this one. If somebody has some Navy stories, it would be this guy's because they were in the Navy. I don't know how y'all did it, man, to be on those boats, man, in the water and stuff, and
Away
shit.
from everything and shark
It's
infested waters.
stomach, your stomach just goes crazy, and I don't know how y'all do it.
I got a fear of water anyway, man. I don't know how to swim. They can't ever accuse me of being a wetbag, man, because I've been like, I don't know how to swim, dude. I'm waiting for it on a
These
drought
guys
to
are,
come.
are, are trained to jump from the top of the ship all the way down to the water into the bay.
Runner, he went to Cruces, New Mexico. No, no, the Albuquerque. He's in Albuquerque right now, man. He probably asleep.
He's been working a lot, no, cousin?
Yeah, he won't. He went from there to over there, and then from there they're gonna go to Washington D.C. So I don't know when he's gonna be back home.
I'm not afraid of the water. It's the sharks that are in the water, man.
I don't
And
like to be in nobody's kitchen.
only God else. What other things are underneath the water?
I tell you, Primo, the last time I went to the valley, we went to supposedly spend the night at the beach.
What?
We went to South Padre, and my baby mommy grabbed me by the hand, man, and it was dark already. It was like midnight. She grabbed me by the hand and dragged me into the water. Dude, I was waist deep when I felt something hit my leg. By the time she turned around, I was already on the beach waving. I threw, I threw her forward, dude. I threw her forward in the water and took off running, man. She was like, "I thought you were brave. I'm brave on land, but I'm not gonna be brave in somebody's kitchen. I ain't gonna be nobody's snack." I was gone, dude. It looked like I was running on water, Primo. By the time she came up out of the water and moved her hair out of her face, I was already on the beach.
Yeah, them sharks are. They come out of nowhere, man. They sense movement. You
Yeah,
just want
no,
to.
man. I was gone,
I've seen
Primo.
those videos, man, where those legs, those people get chopped. I've seen the surfers when they're surfing. You see the big white shark, the white, great white coming from the wave. He
Yeah,
just
and the thing is, Primo, you can be in waist deep water and still get chopped, man. Because they're coming in waist deep, man. I had a I had a brother-in-law, man, that he would like to go to the port fishing,
hmm
and he would put his live bait in that basket and tie it around his waist, man, and go in almost chest deep into the water, man. I said, "You're stupid, man. You're just asking a shark to say, 'Hey, here I am. I'm an appetizer.' That's crazy, man. How you gonna jump? Nah, especially at night. Nah, man. Yeah, they do, Morgan.
They have the what?
Sandpaper skin. When they touch you with their skin, man, they cut you.
Oh man,
So if you weren't bleeding when it swam up to you, once it touches you, yeah, you're gonna be bleeding, and that's gonna make him eat you.
what do you mean sandpaper skin?
Yeah, man. Their skin is rough, man, like sandpaper. Really, really rough, man, like sandpaper. It's not smooth, Primo. It may only look smooth because it's wet, but when you touch it, it's really, really rough. The skin. I've seen Shark Week. Oh yeah, I believe it, Cynthia.
So I got a question for you, cousin.
No, I might
Uh,
have an answer for you.
besides sharks, how do you think that the succubus and incubus, what do you think they're doing to be able to leave a mark, like a hickey-like mark, scratches, or even bite marks on a person? How is that
Well,
possible?
I believe that when they're taking your life force, they get into your body, man, and eat you from the inside out. That's why those marks won't go away so easy, man. I believe they attack your body while you're sleeping from the inside out.
Look at what Runner's saying.
Yeah, you be all around semen. I'm sorry, guys. I just slipped out. You be like in Pirates of the Caribbean, dude. Nothing but sword fights.
No, you'll be like, what's his name, man? The guy that came out in the movie Lady and the Gentleman. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Richard Gere.
Richard. It's gonna be the Richard Weir Queer.
Can you imagine, Runner? If you won't be on a ship, can you imagine being in a submarine underwater, bro, with all those guys?
Nowhere to run.
You hear that song from the Stones? Nowhere to run to, baby.
And Daddy don't play that. He's gonna be playing El Gato y el Ratón, the Spanish song El Gato y el Ratón.
Oh wow, really? I didn't even know that Navy bit.
The what?
Smells
Uh,
like putting ass. Ah, Lord.
the runner's gonna be like, I got attacked by 1,000 incubus.
they left me. They left me feeling. Oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia. I didn't know you were the only female in here.
Oh, 200 guys in a can gotta be stinking. Damn.
Somebody ain't doing sock laundry, bro.
I wonder who's gonna do the person that does the shower detail, man. So he just
Man. I don't know,
he
man.
volunteered for the
That
shower
makes
detail.
that makes that phrase "shiver my timbers" take on a whole new meaning. I don't
What's
know,
his little
Navy
sailor
Vet.
on the Cracker Jack?
I don't know,
Cracker Jack.
Navy Vet. When I was in high school, man, I wanted to be an astronaut, but the closest I ever got to space was the marijuana I used to smoke.
You kind of burn yourself on that one, primo.
Yeah,
And you wanted to be an astronaut.
yep.
He
Like
said
I said,
astronaut.
that's the closest I got was the marijuana I smoked every day.
Oh man,
5,500 guys on the Saratoga
Saratoga.
aircraft carrier.
Oh man. Yeah,
That's a lot of people on the ship, man.
asking people if he had any experience with a succubus or incubus on the vessel.
You know, he can hear you. Navy Vet, did you have any experience with a succubus or an incubus on the vessel? Oh no, Evie's in here, Cynthia.
Brother Joe Brees says, "Did you just assume my gender?"
We don't assume anything. 'Cause when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Ya andaba poniendo high, primo. Astronaut.
Hmm.
Joe Bersey likes getting high, man.
It was my favorite thing to do back in the day, man. I can't do that no more. I have to be at my five senses.
Joe Bersey is an expert in that now. He's a master.
How did you master that technique, Master Chung Wan Lo?
Man, if
Navy
you
Vet says he met a few when he got out.
oh dang, food fungus. I'm telling you, shower points will be the thing because you don't have individual showers. You like where when I was in the army, there were just one main shower point with a lot of shower heads. So whoever got stuck on detail duty to clean the shower point, well, it was nasty. Just put it that way.
Primo, when I got sent to Green Bay jail here in Fort Worth, man, county jail. Um, they give you these plastic sandals that you gotta wear, man. But when I
There's
took
a
a shower, I messed up
link if
and took them
anybody
off.
wants to join
I
the
took
chat.
them, I took them off, and I took a shower. And when I got out, the guard yelled at me and told me not to be doing that, man. That when I go take a shower, I need to go in there with my sandals. Well, when I got out of jail, man, I realized why he said that, man. I got this sickness, man, on my feet. Me salieron big old bumps all over my feet. I couldn't even wear shoes, man.
Shower
So yeah,
fungus.
there was some kind of something, man. It messed my feet up, dude.
You didn't put no athlete's foot?
Dude, I didn't have any cuts on my feet. I don't know what got into what I stepped on or what. I don't know, man. But I learned that when you're locked up and you go take a shower, you never take your sandals off, man. Your slides. You keep them on while you shower, man.
Because if you get a cut, it can affect your feet.
You just guinea pig, Joe Breezy.
See, it says the water temperature changes as the ship rocks and lifts side to side. They pump water to help keep it right for the air ops, so the temperature of the water goes from freezing to scalded in seconds.
Oh wow.
I think my brother Robert was on a air carrier. I think he was on the USS Abraham Lincoln when it
Hmm.
existed. I think it is not there no more, but he was on a carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln.
Uh, I'm not even gonna touch that question. Breezy. Yeah, cousin, we've been on for an hour and 33 minutes, man.
Just reading the comments, see if any. I think Joe Breeze is confused about his
His
gender.
gender.
Am I a female?
I don't know. Maybe you might want to flip a coin. I don't know, man.
Exports don't count.
I guess your brother didn't want to come on, Primo.
Well, I send a thing. I did send him a link
Well, it
just to
is a
see.
school night, man.
It,
Tomorrow is
yeah,
a school.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, Cynthia. He was answering your question.
Well, maybe the succubus incubus is confused with Joe Breeze. They don't know whether to attack him or not because they don't know what kind of gender he is. Maybe that's the way to go. You'll be safe if you don't know who you are. The succubus and incubus is going to leave you alone. I'm just playing. Somebody said, "Didn't you say assumed your gender, or am I just lying?"
Cynthia, you might just be high, Cynthia. I know that that's your medication.
Wee. It's gonna be like the little commercial where the pig is out the window with the little thing spinning. Wee. You know the commercial, primo, with a marranito with a little
Yeah.
spinner. Wee. I remember when my brother was high, riding his 10 speed. He went in through. He was riding beside me. Next thing I'm gonna see him. He went through a yard that had Johnson grass. It was real high. I could only see his head.
Oh
And
wow.
so he come out of there real fast, and then I just hear wee, and then he crashes, dude. Slides and freaking loses skin and all kinds. He was all a borracho. He was drunk and high.
I remember my brother Mario. He borrowed my stepdad's Charger, his Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
And he said he was coming from Sebastian, man, and he took like 2 or 3 mailboxes down with, with the truck. His dad got pissed off, made him fix it.
Damn.
Dude, if you can't remember, then you got problems breathing.
He said the succubus will tag team him.
Tag me in. That's crazy, man. They said, man, that an incubus can transform into a succubus if it has enough energy to do. The fuck is that noise?
The noise. You done mess with a succubus and incubus of Joe Breezy. They're going to visit you, and they're confused. They don't know what gender they are.
That's messed
What
up, man.
what are you hearing?
I don't know, man. Some kind of sound, man. It sounds like I don't know if it's air or it sounds like something's dragging. It might be my brother next door, man. He went to the casino today. He might be getting home.
Who's that?
My
Joe
my
Breezy?
brother, no, my brother Marcos.
Oh, Marcos. He said it's super quiet here right now.
I have very good hearing, Lawrence, which tells me I'm gonna be really blind when I get
Hey,
older
your
because I
female
could.
there. Is there any females in the chat? Joe Breezy?
Uh, he,
Don't raise your hand, Joe Breezy. Keep it down. Is there any females in the chat? We want to
uh,
know. We want to know how an incubus looks. So this is only for
uh,
the females. Females, how does an incubus look? So I described how a succubus might look. I want to hear from a female how an incubus looks. For those that have had encounters with an incubus, how does an incubus look?
what's up, little brother? How you doing, man? We thought you was asleep, bro. When you coming home, little brother?
Any females can describe how a incubus looks. I'm just
Cynthia
saying, how,
said a boy. Cynthia said a boy.
the, but I'm saying, how does it look?
She said it looks like a boy. No thanks to an incubus. He plays good rock music, Cynthia.
I mean, because I've heard people say, oh, they've seen this and seen that, and they get stories about nightmares and night terrors. Second is incubus. You have to have at least something, a picture, an image of how it looks, because they normally show themselves to you when you're in, especially sleep paralysis.
Evie says that they look like someone you are in love with, and Cynthia said they look like a demon. On the 7th of March. All right. Evie says that they look handsome.
And so,
That's the
uh,
glam. That's a glamour.
because when I would see the succubus, there was always an incubus with it, and in the distance, it would look like a dark shadow figure in the distance, pretty tall. I was standing by the doorway, like it's looking, peeking in the room. I would have this dream like this, and then when I looked to my right, the succubus was right there, attached right to me. So when seen her, I was in the dream, I said, I tie bound and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. But she was like laying right beside me. So when you're seeing something in the distance, if you can train your spirit to look to the left or to the right, you're gonna see if you have a negative attachment on you. You'll be able to see if it's an incubus or a succubus that's attached to you. What the
Yeah, breezy.
Your breezy feeling good over there.
Mm-hmm.
See, any questions? Any questions from the chat about a succubus or incubus? Gilbert's laughing over there. Oh, for y'all that missed it, let me show you my shirt that I'm wearing here. There you go.
Thundercat, ho.
I have to stand up, show it off.
Lionel and Mumra.
Here go Joe Breezy.
Ancient spirits of evil. Transform this decayed corpse into Mumra, the ever living.
That was a crazy show back in the day.
Yeah, brother. Lionel disrespected Mumra all the time. He'd be like, Thunder, Thunder, Thundercats, ho. Just claiming that sick, man. Give me cat paw. Yeah, Breezy. Oh.
Yeah, what shirt you got on, Primo? What is that one? Oh, the skull with flaming eyes, red eyes.
Yep.
There you go.
That's what Gilbert looks like after he eats tacos.
Rum and Budweiser. That's what he said he's drinking. I got a question. Do you think that the succubus and incubus run loose like at mental wards and at hospitals?
Yes, they do because there's nothing to protect the people that live there from them, and everybody in retirement home, man. That all they
Heavily
think about is
medicated.
sex, man.
They're heavily medicated.
Man, don't be telling nobody you're shirtless. Ain't nobody trying to see that, boy.
But yeah, we got a Navy guys in here, man.
Then they know how to cover you with semen. You know, it's only porn, Gilbert, if you show nipples, man. I'm not doing nothing to him, Cynthia. He's doing it to himself.
What's up, Primo Gilbert? Incubus is gonna go after you.
Joe Breezy that doesn't know if it's a female or a male.
Leave. I see a chancla on there.
Well, dude, she real named me, man. You see that? She used my real name, dude. Gilbert, don't start, bro. Don't go there, and there won't be no problems, bro.
What the hell? What did he say? Churran?
Don't start no shit. There won't be no shit, Gilbert.
He said, of course.
Ink and
Uh,
suck.
that's good.
Yeah, man. You know how I feel about that subject, little brother. That should never come up.
Uh-oh. You got Big Brother upset over there, Gilbert. They put
Those
a
are
little.
family. Those are family secrets that need to stay in the family, brother. Don't be acting up just because you got Cynthia protecting you from me.
Somebody said, Gilberto, put on the shirt. No one wants to see my
Memories.
memories. What the hell?
Yeah, I know
Uh,
you spoke my government name, Cynthia.
say messing with you.
It's a sore subject with me, man. He knows it too.
Has your bro seen the succubus or incubus?
Huh?
Has your brother seen a succubus or incubus?
Yeah, he married her.
Yeah, he said that they run temptation, primo. He said, as Bridget says, the incubus and succubus are the demon that runs temptation. Yeah,
Oh man.
So once the succubus or incubus have or test with a person, do you think they have the ability to possess and have control of the person also?
No, they have an ability to keep them asleep while they're feeding.
No, I'm talking about. Do you think they have the ability to be attached on them and have control over them while they're awake?
I don't know about that, Primo. The points to maybe yes, man, because once they're on you, they don't leave you unless they're removed by somebody like you did that to me. Is this ass wipe flipping me off, Primo?
Yeah, I think so.
You sorry rat bastard. Cynthia.
Simple the chanclas on you. He's saying, laughing my ass off, runner. Oh, he's flipping a runner.
No, he was flipping me off because I said he married a succubus.
Oh man.
To this day, man, Gilbert can't watch any Star Wars movies, man.
What?
Yeah. Every time he sees Chewbacca, he falls in love because that's what his wife looks like.
Oh,
Wookie.
man.
Abe knows how to behave. Yeah, Abe ain't got his little brother taking shots at him either. I didn't start it. I was being professional. He started it, Cynthia.
Very good, brother. Just Turner in the house. How you doing,
How you
brother? Just
doing,
Turner.
Mr. George Turner? How you doing?
We're talking about succubus and incubus or whatever. Because we
Miss
did have
Peanut
open
Butter
my night
Jelly?
for people too shy to jump on. I'll place a link here if you want to jump on. We just BSing right now. Cousin Jesse and Gilbert going back and forth.
Hey, Josh, it's open mic night, brother. It's open mic night if you want to jump on, Josh.
It's open mic night. Say whatever you want to say. But we're just talking about succubus, incubus, and other things.
Wookiees and whatnot.
Brother just Joe Breezy didn't know whether he was male or female earlier. But
Yeah,
he's
he had
feeling
to.
good. What's up, Brenda? Who's shy? Pretty cousin Gilbert's gonna jump in here and be like that guy from Dodgeball at the end of the movie. Milkshake Stone. No, I'm talking about. He said he's shirtless. Be like Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Oh, he's driving. There you go. We got about a couple of minutes. And we're gonna call it a night, maybe.
Why you eating? You eating jerky? Is it buffalo jerky, Cynthia? I've never eaten any buffalo meat. Primo, is it any good? Have you eaten it?
Uh, I've eaten deer, but I don't know about buffalo. I've eaten buffalo meat before.
Well, Cynthia said that bison meat is really, really good.
There used to be a lot of tatanka on this land. This was the natives would eat tatanka.
Tatanka.
Herds and herds of them, man. The bison. I had a friend that killed they killed a tatanka. They took some meat, cooked it at the house, and they have the picture of when they killed the tatanka, and they got the fur off of it, the head. It's
No,
crazy.
somebody made a robe out of that, man. That's really keeps you warm in the winter. Better than beef.
Better
I'll
than
take
beef.
your word. I'll take your word for it, Cynthia.
Yeah, brother. I can join. Yeah, just
Hello, Ace Junior.
give me a time frame and I'll be ready, man.
Jace Banner says buffalo meat is to die for. Hey man, you misspelled that name really bad, runner. Arrrr, arrrr, arrrr. Okay, runner.
Oh, let me show Josh Turner. He had to see my shirt. Let me show him my shirt. Check out this, brother Josh. Oh, let me stand up so you can see it better.
Josh said to send him a link, cousin.
Thundercats. Oh, the link is right there.
Yeah, you just said send me a link.
Okay. Send. Okay.
Who's your replacement, runner?
There he is. Boom. Got him in. How you doing, brother Josh? Mr. Wolf.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, Josh?
Good, man. How you doing,
Just
Jesse?
here.
We're doing good, man. Fighting with my little brother because he's bringing up stuff that shouldn't be brought up, man.
That's what brothers are for. Me and my brother go round and round.
Yeah, Cynthia says we're too much. She doesn't know, man. The Mexican brotherly love.
Yeah, me and my brother, we get into it all the time. We haven't fought in a few days, so we're about to, but let's hope not. And Scorpion, he's like my brother. He's pretty much we fight like brothers. You know, we're close. We're all pretty close. It's just sometimes we disagree on things, but that's just how life is, man. I don't always agree. You
Uh, hey, Ace, I still remember how he used to say when he wanted to transform, man. He would like, ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed corpse
Remember it's for your
into
cousin,
what the ever living.
Primo Gilbert. He-Man.
Oh, wow,
Okay.
Cynthia.
Hey. So, Abe, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing the Patreon tomorrow night, you know, and I was going to say if you wanted to, it's every other Monday. If you want to jump on with us on the Patreon, people like having you on there because
Yeah,
it's
man.
just for the Patreon members.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Yeah, for sure, man. And also, give me your information so I can send you some stuff. You and Jesse too. I want to send y'all some stuff.
So, all right.
Yeah, we got some hoodies and stuff.
All right. Sounds cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Where we live.
Much
Yeah, that's no
appreciated.
problem, man.
And Jesse, I need to know when I can get you on the show, man, because I want you to tell that story about that werewolf at the cotton gin, dude. That's crazy, man.
Well, if there's any way you can invite me on the Patreon, because I don't have Patreon, man.
No, you can join.
He wants to do a show with you, cousin. A show
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd like to
that'll
have you
work.
on as a guest.
That'll work, man.
Yeah,
Whenever
because I
you're
think
ready.
I'm booked up until April, but I just do an impromptu one night, man, and just have you come on and tell it because I'm gonna have to start doing that because I have so many people that have stories that want to come on and tell them, and um, yeah, I heard you tell that story one night on Abe's show, and I was like, dude, that's a good one.
Well, anytime you're ready, just send me a link, man. I'll join up with you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I'd like to
La,
get you on Jason's show
Duendita,
too.
La Duende, can send him a link or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, y'all got him a messenger also.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
send you
that was
one.
a crazy show. What he thought about the how they were at the gin at the cotton gin.
Yeah, man. That happened in Ferris, Mississippi, man.
Mississippi is full of that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
found that
I
out.
get stories, dude. Shit, I need to do a show about Mississippi. I got so many Mississippi and Louisiana. I'm planning on doing one that's like state to state, and I'm just gonna tell stories. It's gonna be like Louisiana because I don't even know how to do it. That's the problem. It's such a big burger. I don't know where to take a bite from it because do I do Dogman because I have Dogman from all these different states, or do I do like paranormal from there? Just do Dogman with it, with the like all wrapped into one, or I mean, it's just so much. It's so hard to figure. I mean, we were looking at the emails earlier, me and Anthony. We're driving doing the patrol right now, and some of these people, when they send you a story, man, they write like a book. Ain't it right? I mean, it is so and it's good though. It's good, but it's you can't read it all. There's just too much. So you have to like talk to them and say, "Look, man, I need to talk to you." And there's just so much of it, man. I can't keep up. We've filled up 2 emails. We've had to dump a bunch of emails,
Wow.
Wow.
and it really sucks, dude. Like because I know last time we lost. Oh man, I don't know how many stories we lost. And then people like today, somebody was like, "Well, I've emailed you 3 times." They were on the show, and saying that. And then I went back and they re-emailed me again today, so I got it. I locked it in, and it's probably one of the emails that got lost, you know, because everything got dumped out because there was too much. It got full, and it's a good thing. I mean, we're not complaining, but it's like a lot of people want their stories to be heard. And you got all these people now that are coming out with these fake channels, these fake stories, these AI generated BS. There's this other channel that came out, and it's just garbage, man. They're using like an AI generated voice, and it's just fake. It's all fake. And one of them was about Austin, and I'm like, that is so like I've never heard of any of this, and I know it's bullshit, but they're- those
What
people are
channel was
getting
this,
all the
brother Josh?
views. It's something called something Howl, Moon Howl, or some shit. I don't even remember the name of it. But it's like I'll send you a link to it, Abe, and you can see in private. You can see it if I can find it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but they're getting like thousands of views in a couple of days because it's just a crock of shit. It's not. It's nothing that It's nothing real at all. It's like you know AI generated some crap. And I think I know who the content creator is, which is why they're staying hidden because they have a bad reputation. But
Oh,
yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, this person's resurfacing using this bullshit. And there's so many of these frauds, and they're never going to go away. But what they do is they crunch the smaller channels like you guys and Jason with Paranormal Soup and Blondes of Booze and Tex and Monica, Joe, all them. They get suppressed, and you get these bullshit artists that get on there, and everybody runs over there and watches them with some fake Morgan Freeman voice or whatever the hell they use. It's bullshit, man. It's annoying. But I'm hoping that people will wake up and see that they're all frauds.
yeah. That AI stuff is getting out of hand, man. And
Yeah,
then,
it is.
cousin Jesse sent me a video of a guy saying he had a proof of a Bigfoot, and he had like a supposedly an arm of a Bigfoot.
Yeah, I told you that video. I said, "Hey, we
I'm
love
like,
this."
man, They look fake as hell.
He said he had it in the freezer, and then he had to get it back to the freezer, and it had like two big bones right there sticking out, man, and the hand was kind of deformed, but he said it that he had it since it was from his grandfather, passed down to his father, passed down to him.
It was fake, man.
Yeah,
You could tell it was
I don't.
fake.
Yeah, I don't think you can get an arm from one of these things. I mean, I've just heard too many things. I've heard that they turn to ash. There's all kinds of weird stuff that happens when you shoot them. You know, did you? I know, Abe, you were in the chat earlier in my show when we were talking about those guys from South Texas.
Yeah.
Did you hear the entire story?
Yeah. The you were talking about the casino by the thing. What do you call it? Where they put the water for the
Yeah,
animals.
yeah, yeah. What do you think of that, man? I mean, do you think because the guy says that he saw that they all saw like an angel standing by the tree line? I mean, do you think that that was an angel that it defended them against this creature that was attacking them?
It's possible that it was that an angel because I've seen that happen too. But in Central Texas, when I was fighting in Elms Grove, where I seen two big old red things coming at me that looked like portals, but they were like big orbs or like a red, and I guess they were coming at me from both sides of the street, and they were coming moving fast. They were way bigger than me, and they were just moving real fast on the street, like coming straight towards me. And I said, "God help me!" And then when I said, "God help me," from the sky, I seen two blue orbs come and collide with them, and the red just dispersed in little
Wow.
pieces, and then the big old light blue orbs went back into the heavens. So when I seen
Wow.
that, that was my cue to go home. Like, and I made it as fast as I could back home. But I call upon them to help, Heavenly Father to help me, or else I would have been. I don't know. Probably wouldn't be here right now. I don't know what happens if those two red things would have collided, smashed me. I don't know what would have happened.
God, yeah.
But
See,
yeah,
you know that thing with the
go ahead, bro.
angels, man. That's just so. I don't know, man. I look back and I found only a couple of different stories because the part about the angel, I didn't get that until just today.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it was already given to me, and he was like, "Hey, I got to tell you this. There's more." But he's a pretty busy guy like me, so we were trying to reconnect, me and Riley. And so when I got back in touch with him, his friend and then his friend Hector and Adam, I talked to them yesterday. They were telling me, hey, you got to talk to our friend. Well, his name starts with a J, so I just said Jay. But they kind of describe him as a religious zealot now, who's kind of on a mission. Like he's going out and he's trying to convert Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and people from Scientology. And apparently he's having some success. He prays over people and then he gets them out of these cult-like, um, for lack of a better term, I don't know what you would call them. I mean, I don't want to offend people.
Called
I don't
like
want the
churches.
people to come and sue me.
That's what they are.
Yeah, but they're not really
Yeah,
churches. They're kind
yeah,
of like
because
cults.
they have control over the people. They tell them what to do and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if anybody leaves, then you can't talk to them anymore. It's like it's very much like a cult. And so I was just thinking, man, this is I don't know. I mean, I think he's doing really good work, and I think the guy reminds me. I haven't talked to him, and I haven't spoken to this guy, um, but I would love to speak to him. From what they described, he reminds me of you. Like he's helping people break those
Spirit, yeah,
spiritual
spiritual
openings,
openings
closing them
and
down.
curses, free people from bondage. You know, if he's doing those works, that's good. Uh,
They all said the same thing that they probably wouldn't have made it out if it wasn't for him, because Jay was the one with the faith. He had the faith, and he kept praying throughout the night when everybody else was and their guns, and he's the one that threw the door open and walked out with blind faith, in Christ, and that was very compelling. And these guys, they didn't make themselves into the hero. They said that he was the hero, but he told them, he's like, it's not me, it's the Holy Spirit of God and my faith in his son Christ, in God's son Christ. And so I really was compelled, by that story. And I thought, man, this is an interesting story. To get the rest of it today and hear about the angel and all that, I was giddy. I was like, I have to tell you, man, I was so excited to tell that story, because here was a man of faith that broke the power of this demonic, like as you would call it, a
Yeah.
DDN, a demonic disembodied Nephilim. That's what it is. Because this thing was, and people need to understand what we're dealing with, because this thing was tearing sheet metal. It wasn't ripping it apart easily, but it was tearing it, and these guys, they could have been killed, and they were very fortunate to escape with their
Yeah,
lives,
it was getting
and
power, the DDN, but they get the power through fear. So it was sensing the fear of the other people that had the weapons.
right,
So he was just
yeah,
praying to try to keep them. The DDN, was focused on the people with fear, or the people was with spiritual
yeah,
openings. Since he maintained his love foundation and he has a relationship with Jesus Christ, prayer is very, very powerful, and we can pray for the Heavenly Father sending heavenly angels to help us. We're in a situation like that to fight spiritually. So that's what he did. Through prayer. Prayer is very important, and through Jesus Christ, that's the way it is. Is to overcome the DDN, a dog man, a Bigfoot, a succubus, an incubus, a shadow figure. You pray against it. Don't give it power of belief. Even though you're seeing something and it's doing things, don't give it power of belief, because they can use that as a spiritual opening, or power of fear. They can attack that way. Or if, when I was telling Cousin Jesse earlier, you're shooting at something, when you shoot something, you're not shooting to hurt it, you're shooting to kill it, right? That's a spiritual opening,
yeah,
because you're trying to kill it, and killing is like a form of is anger, hatred, because you're killing something. I guess it's one of the kind of like going against the commandments, right? Thou shalt not kill. So that could be a spiritual opening. That's why it's important uh, to have your relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's how you fight those things. So sounds like he's been in those spiritual battles before, so he knew what to do, you know, to not just help himself, but to help everybody that was in that building.
yeah. He remained calm, and like when he told them to keep driving, I think if they would have done that, they probably would have been okay, but they didn't. They chose to kind of go over there by the bunkhouse, and that's when they hit that piece of metal or whatever it was. They didn't really know what it was, but it had some sharp edges on it, and it cut through their tire. Um, and I think that if they wouldn't have had him with them, I don't know, man. It might have been a long night, longer than it was. It might have been a lot
Yeah,
worse.
Wow.
it would have
Um,
been worse for them, because most likely they would have gotten demonized, man. They would have
oh yeah,
gotten possessed by it. It would have entered wherever they're at and attacked them individually. I mean, if they had weapons and they didn't know to pray or call Jesus Christ to assist them, the only way you can fight something that's like a TDN or anything spiritual is through Jesus Christ. It becomes a spiritual warfare. It's kind of like when I haven't gone out,
yeah,
Brother Josh. I haven't gone investigating for a while. Uh, I just got my videos that I got because I told Jesse that I get tired of when I go out there that they decide to come and try to ambush me. That's why my
There's
neck was stiff for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the last time that I went over there.
the last
I've
time
been
that you went, they were already standing there waiting for you to get there. They were waiting for you when you got there, man. They were already there.
I haven't gone to investigate or nothing
wow,
like that. You the only thing I can do is right now is just bring spiritual awareness That's why I do these little shows to whoever's up late at night. Sometimes we get people that we've never seen before that they're going through something at that moment when they come onto the show, and then they say that they feel that God sent them this way. Spiritual led to our show because the topic of what we're talking. But yeah, prayer is powerful, man.
I believe in
Uh,
the power of prayer.
Yeah,
Jesus
me too.
Christ, look what he did. Look what he did with the legion when they had the man possessed. He got the legion out of the man that was possessed and put him into the swine. Yeah,
Yeah, and it didn't even matter that
so
there were
that's good
many
that
of them. He just cast them all out.
yeah, that was good that he was there to help them, man. That's what we're supposed to do as brothers and sisters in Christ. It's kind of like when we were at the conference that I prayed for the wife of the guy that said he had shot I guess, the dog man that was chasing him.
Uh-huh.
I prayed to his wife because she was crying, and she was saying that she wasn't feeling good. I prayed for her and I gave her a selenite. After that, I think she sent me a message and she told me, I don't know what you did, but whatever was wrong with me, I'm better now. I think I had the message on YouTube where she thanked me, and I guess she's doing a lot better. But sometimes you have to, pray for people and you take authority or whatever has control, bonding them, take authority, and they have to take authority because that's their body, their vessel, and take authority and tell it to leave. They're not welcome. It's not welcome. I think who we're talking about. Somebody said that just about the welcome signs. It says "welcome in." That's like a free entry to your house.
Mm.
You get a mat.
It's an invitation. That's an
Says welcome.
invitation.
It's a free entry.
Yeah,
I
I
think we're
was I
talking
was
about that. I'll try to.
talking to somebody. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
I was talking to somebody the other day about the vampires, vampirism, and what these people do, and how they have this thing called an other that attaches itself to them, and they use those welcome mats to go into your house. The whole legend behind them not being able to go into your house, it's not them physically not being able to. The physical vampire itself can go into your house. It can't carry the other into the house. The other is the demon. It cannot go into your house without a spiritual opening or a an invitation. See,
Yeah,
that's
if that-
key.
yes, that's true. If the house is being protected spiritually, it cannot go in, not unless the person in charge of the household. It's kind of like what happened to my abuelita. When I told you that I call him the soul collector came. Somebody knocked on the door. I went to go see. She told me to go see who he is. She was already like up in her upper 80s, like 89. I go up there and I said, "Abuela, it's a man," and she comes walking real slow. And when the man sees her, I seen her take 3 steps back, and the man is looking at her, and he tells her a certain way. Are you gonna let me in Spanish? ¿Me vas a dejar entrar? Are you gonna let me in? And the way he said it, with his voice kind of raised up, and she's like, "Sí, sí, pásale, pásale." So she gave him the invitation to go in the household, but that's the only way that they can go in if you allow it. And just like
Yeah,
with our vessel, same thing. We allow it, so we have the ability to say, "Hey, you're feeling a certain way to get rid of whatever negative attachment we might have on us." To say, hey, sometimes on the show, I feel a certain way. I say there's something around me, or you're not able to affect me or the viewers. We tie banner rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Leave. When you feel something, if you're feeling something strange, or for example, you, brother Josh, when you see those dark shadow figures, when you were staying at the other house,
hmm
you gotta take authority over in Jesus Christ's name. Leave. You're not welcome here, and they have to leave because you're not given the permission to be there. No authority.
yeah, yeah. And these the people themselves. the vessel, as you call it, which is the vampire itself, which is a vampiric being. It's a symbiotic thing between two beings that become one. Just like a skinwalker, it becomes like one thing. But
Yeah.
they're not the same, but they are because they've joined together.
Or they
But
could have
this,
many. They could come in many
oh yeah,
attachments. Yeah, on the vessel.
sure, yeah,
You could go through a person. A person that's dabbling in the dark arts. They can be used to enter your home, like you said. Somebody that's physical, or they come and try to shake your hand, like what happened to my hand. I don't know if you've seen the video. I seen a video where I don't think you heard about it, but I had shaken somebody's hand that I knew. I had to go collect some money from the game place I play, right? And the guy came, shook my hand, and squeezed the crap out of it, Josh. Like it felt like he was either on drugs or he had a demonic entity in him because he squeezed my hand real bad. Then when I was leaving, he squeezed it again real bad. Like a hand, instead of doing a handshake, he just squeezes my hand. So for about a week, like the next 2 days, my hand was all swollen, bruised up everywhere. Had a ring on this finger. It was bruised up. It's still swollen some, but it's healing now. But I think I have a video where I show my hand and it was all bruised up, man. I don't know if the guy was on drugs or the way he was acting was weird. He just came straight to me and just gave me his hand. If I knew he was going to squeeze me like that, I would have never shaken his hand. But he's never done that before. So I told cousin Jesse that I just need to be more spiritually alert next time. Maybe do a dab, instead of shaking the hand because, I couldn't tell at the time that he might have a negative attachment, or I don't think he was high, because you would have been able to smell something. But I did believe he had a spiritual. He was being bonded by something. That day, I had gone visit my sister and in the hospital. I prayed for her. Then my nephew that was in the ICU room, I had prayed for him. Then I had another visit that later on that day for somebody that was going through something also, and I prayed for them. The only thing he did when he was squeezing my hand real hard is what he told me. He said, "I heard you've been winning." That's all he said. So I don't know what he meant by that or what, but I guess I don't know. I just pray for people, man.
How you doing,
So
King David?
my hand's been hurt for what? When was it happened, cousin? Like
2 weeks
like a week?
ago?
Yeah,
About 2
2 weeks
weeks?
ago. Yeah, but that's
yes.
my right
I
hand.
saw you. You had
I'm
something.
left-handed.
I saw you had like on one of your shows, like something. Your hand was wrapped or something like that.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
a picture where you had a bandage on it.
because I didn't know at the time, brother Josh, how it happened. I had forgotten about the how he squeezed my hand. I forgotten about that. So the only thing I knew is like I was like, I don't think I hit anything. I moved something, so I don't know how that happened. Went to the hospital, got the hand wrap, and then when we're driving home, so I remembered the handshake. I said, "Man, he squeezed my hand that hard that it bruised it up that bad," you know. So that's it was a handshake that he squeezed the crap out of my hand, man. But
That's
he
crazy.
didn't look mad or nothing like that. It's just like either he was on drugs or he might have been used as a vessel to come up against me, which that's what I feel. But my hand is doing better now. Just I can't put. I mean, I put the finger here, but it's hard because it's still a little bit swollen. Yeah, that happened 2 weeks ago. No, actually, on the 13th. Valentine's was the 14th. On the 13th, that's when it happened to me. I had made a video for about an hour, and I showed my hand, how bruised it was. And I was talking about how either the guy was on drugs or he was demonized, one of the two. So if what I'm saying is I need to stay more alert and focused, not to, because, I guess that it gave me a little taste of saying that you talk about protect your spirit, but we can do harm to your vessel. Because what it
Hey,
did to my
cousin.
arm, to my hand. So I have
Hey,
to stay
cousin.
more alert
Shit,
now.
frozen up.
Cause I'm gonna switch devices because this one's
Okay.
about to go out. So look for me in
Okay.
the lobby.
Yeah, it was crazy, brother Josh. And my wife even forgot about that because I told her, man, what was that? I don't know what's the matter with that guy. He's on something, or because he squeezed my hand. I mean, my hand wasn't bruised when he did that. It was afterwards when it happened, and maybe something tried to transfer itself to through me through this hand. But I had my protection. I had my black obsidian on. But yeah, but it's silly now. Still hurts. All the veins were hurting on my hand and everything, man. The When I went to the emergency room, like 2 days later, they asked me, "What did you hit?" And they asked me, "What did you hit? What you hit with your hand?" I told them I didn't hit nothing. It just happened that way. I had like a big old bump right here. It's like that's how hard he squeezed it. That's never
Jeez.
happened before in my life, brother Josh. That's why I was
And how
trying to
big
figure it
was this
out.
guy?
I guess
Was
the
he?
opening was that I put trust in him. Like, oh, I know who he is. Gave him a hand, and I got it squeezed very very bad that it damaged my hand. It was bruised
Was
up
he a
real
big?
bad.
Was he a big guy?
No, man, he's not. He wasn't a big guy. He was shorter than me, man. Not a big guy. I
Wow.
knew the guy. He lost some weight. That's the only thing he said to me. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Then I thought about you. I said, man, saying guy and brother Josh works security. I wonder how many crazy people like this he meets. But this guy, I know the guy. It's like he just threw me off guard, man.
Yeah, you encounter a lot of weird people. I think that we've encountered so many people who are either demon obsessed or demon possessed, and you don't really know what they are because they just do weird stuff. And I've had so many guards tell me that they've seen people do things like I had a guard claim that one of the people that she was talking to sideways crawled up a wall real fast and like came back down,
I believe
and
it.
like she was real adamant too. She told us it was like four of us, and she goes, he went up the wall sideways like real quick, and then he just kind of like when he looked down at her, I think he caught himself at what he was doing, and so he just kind of slid down, and she was just like, "Whoa, did I see that?" So she kind of rationalized it. She was telling us a story from what had happened from the previous company she was working at. But because of that site, she quit working there. And we used to do these places called foundation properties. And Anthony, he's had some weird experiences with something in one of those places. And I've had weird experiences in those places where somebody I thought was supposed to be schizophrenic, but I heard voices coming from behind them. And I thought, this person isn't the only one hearing these voices because I just heard it too. And so, pretty sure it was demonic, man,
Yeah,
freaky stuff, man.
I believe it, man. I've seen some weird stuff, man. The thing of the climbing of the walls, I've seen it when my uncle got possessed when I was I think around 8 or 9 years old. When that thing went over there, uh, the soul collector, because that was a question that he asked my grandmother. He asked my grandmother because he wanted to take me because he said that her time here on Earth was over, and she said she wanted one more year or something like that, right? I was there. I just happened to be there because I was eating capirutada. It's a Spanish dish, with bread, raisin, and
Yeah.
apple. And I was freaking out the way he was eating the main bowl with had all of it, like a dog. Just put his head in there,
Ugh.
like an animal, eating it. He was making like a dog sound. And I went underneath the thing and lifted his pant leg, and I seen a goat leg. So it kicked me, and I got out of there, and he got up all pissed off. and he was telling her that he's going to take me because I was too strong or something like that. And then I said, no, not him. They said, if not him, then who? And she said, my uncle's name, my tío Esteban, which is her son. So that's when he left and he disappeared. I could hear like a frickin' in the middle of I could hear it in the middle of the road when I followed it. My grandma was telling me not to follow him. My mother was yelling not to follow him. And that's when I heard like a clang, seen it walking in the street, and it's like something opened and it went through the darkness, and when it closed you hear like a loud sound, like a week or two later, that's when my uncle got possessed by it because it went over there. That's the name that she said. They were like,
I gotta tell you something.
There's a man coming to our porch at nighttime, and you can hear him, but you can hear the boots when he's walking in the porch. Well, he was in the boots. It was the hoofs that you were
it's
hearing.
hoofs. Let me tell you something crazy, guys. Okay, so you're sitting here telling me this story, and I'm driving out to my ranch, and on the side of the road, there's the thick fog everywhere. I can barely see, and I get up on this weird thing on the side of the road, and this owl is about 2 feet tall, and it's a white owl sitting on the side of the road.
Medusa.
While we're sitting here talking about this, we just passed a freaking white owl, dude, sitting on the side of the road.
Yeah, the brujas. That's kind of like the white owl that I seen in my backyard looking at me, but the one I seen was like 5 foot tall looking at me. He picked around the tree and he was standing on the ground, just like the one you seen standing on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Standing on the ground.
Brujas.
I saw one that was almost 3 feet tall one time, and in the same night I saw a bobcat in the same area, and I thought that is so weird, dude, that you would see a bobcat and an owl both in the same spot. And at the time, it didn't dawn on me what it might be,
Shapeshifters can do that. Shapeshifters can change forms, like the one I seen that went from a fox to
brother.
to the shapeshifter. Then went from that to a Saint Bernard. And then from the Saint Bernard to a bird. They get shipped very rapidly.
I think tomorrow night when we do the Patreon, you ought to tell that story about that man and the soul collector. I think that's a good story, and we could kind of analyze that,
Yeah, there are those things that happen afterwards too, in the funeral home and at the church. So yeah, I can share it. Just don't want to freak anybody out, man. It's when you go through it, you remember it because you've seen everything that happened. So I'm just trying to, how should I say, share my stories too. Oh, shoot, we lost Brother Josh. Probably went into
there he is. Good night, Gilbert. Hey, Beyond the Box, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a guy that I want to get to come back on the show named Anthony Ceballos, and you got to hear his story. I want you to come on when he does.
Yeah, I know. He's got his own podcast also.
Yeah, he's got Wraith Hunters.
Yes.
Have you heard him talk about how he feels like he's not from this timeline? Like he walked into a portal?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've been in like that. I feel like that in the areas where I think Cousin Jesse was viewing it one time, and it felt like I had lost time. Like I was off big time, and it took me like 2-3 weeks to recuperate. When you enter one of those, it's more like I'm not gonna say a portal. Well, yeah, it's dealing with time, so
like a time rift.
It's like a gap where there's no time, and you enter that, and you lose it. Not just a track of time, you lose footage. Like if you're recording, you lose footage of going from one location to another, like, whoa, what happened in between? Because I don't see nothing here where where I will walk out. So you lose even footage of your recording. Plus, sometimes it'll repeat itself, the same footage, 2 or 3 times, and then there's an area where you missed, or you go from one point to the other. That happened to me at the area I go investigate, and you don't feel right after that, you know. But yeah, it's like a lapse of time where you're trapped in an area, kind of like Bermuda Triangle, right? When you're trapped
Hmm.
somewhere, you're somewhere, but it's like you're stuck there. You can't get out of there. It's like there's no time in there, so you're stuck in a like in a void, if I can, like a void of some sort. So yeah, it makes you feel that way. Not that you're not hit, that you're not from this time. It just makes you feel exhausted, uh, weak, because it takes a lot out of you when you get trapped where there's no time like that. It's like spiritual warfare when you fight the DDN or something demonic. It's like a bubble. In that bubble, there's no time. If it's spiritual warfare and there's people with you, and if the battle is between you and whatever's facing you, those people, they're frozen. They can't move. They won't blink. They won't cough. They're frozen. So the only thing that's there is you and whatever is either challenge you spiritually or trying to tell you something to try to make some kind of deal with you. Once that thing leaves, the time goes back to normal. But in which the people that are there with you, they're going to come back to reality, but they're not going to remember nothing. That's why it
Thank you,
becomes
King Devils.
spiritual warfare. You could tell them, "Did you see what he did?" They're not going to remember because it wasn't meant for them. It was meant for you. And that's spiritual warfare, man. So I'm more sure Mr. Ceballos, he entered an area where something like that happened, in which you can possibly get negative attachments also. That's how I feel sometimes when I'll be walking, brother Josh, coming out of the wood. I feel like I'm carrying 2 or 3 people on my shoulders, a lot of weight on me. So I'll say, "There's something on me. You need to get off me. Welcome here. A tie, bound, and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name." It's very real, man. Whenever you get want to go investigate or whatever, I can sense them. It's not that I sense them. It's just they know who I am, and they'll come, man. They'll show themselves. They'll reveal themselves. They always do. Not that it's just when you really maintain a love foundation, trying to do good works, they show up because they want to stop you from doing the works that you're doing. Kind of like what you were doing. You're trying to do good works. There's things they don't want us to awaken our brother and sister spiritually, so they want to stop us from doing the works that we're doing. And one thing about me or our side, like De La Fuente, or is we wasn't raised to quit. We was raised to. Doesn't matter how many times you fall down; it's how many times you get up that matters. So you keep on. That's why sometimes I go investigate. People tell me, "Hey, why do you go out there to those areas still?" And all this. You already have enough proof because I'm on a mission. My mission is to reveal this DDN, to reveal it to the people that they exist, they're around us, for them to get spiritual ready. That's the mission I'm on. Well, I've been for a while now.
And I think that one of the things that trips people up is it's so hard for them to, if they don't see it and hear it with their physical, when I had Melvin Greathouse on Friday, we talked about being able to see things when you close your eyes. When we were kids, Abe, you've talked about this before. You've seen things in your mind's eye, and
Yeah,
Melvin was talking about, like, you could close your eyes, and we were talking about this. You can still see it, and sometimes you can see it more clearly with your eyes closed than you can, with your eyes open, because with your eyes open, everything is kind of convoluted, and it's sort of like a halfway meditation, where you kind of close your eyes and you go into that state. And I've always been able to see these things a lot more clearly. It's more well defined of what I'm dealing with. I can see it, or right when I first go to sleep or when I'm about to wake up, because that's when your spiritual mind and your physical mind are connected, and you can relay the information over into this physical world, because you're seeing this thing and now what it looks like. So in your waking life, you're not unprepared. You know that it's there. You know that it's, doing what it does. And they're all over the place, man. But some of them are just kind of there. They don't really care about you. But then there's some that really do take an interest in you, and they want your energy. That's
Yeah,
really what they want, is when they want to take your energy.
there are a lot at the hospitals. It was hot and heavy, man. In the hospital when my mother-in-law was in there, I was sitting in the lobby. It was well lighted. I'm sitting there by myself, trying to watch a football game. It was the time of the playoffs, right?
Hmm.
Or before the playoffs, or yeah, they were playing. I don't know, the wild cards. It was just a regular game being played. So I'm sitting there, and boom, my instincts kick in. When I look around me, the lights are still on, but everything around me is dark. Around me, the seats, everything is round, like I'm being freaking ambushed. So I start going into prayer, and I tie binary rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. So I get up and walk away from that area, and when I get out of there, I look back. It's lit it back up again, but it's pretty bad. It's like I don't like going to the hospitals. Hospitals, what do you call them? The funeral homes.
Oh man, I
They're
hate
there.
going into either one of those.
They're there. They're there. They're surface up.
All over the place.
But the hospitals, especially ICU rooms, I think even nurses will tell you. I think there's a ghost of a little girl in that room. My sister was in a room uh, this past week, and she said that somebody sat in the chair. And at nighttime, a black shadow was sitting in the chair, and she told it to leave. Right, and then she said that something was hitting her rail, which like pushing it, but there's nobody there. Like it was hitting it, boom, 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 and she told it to leave. She was going through a lot. I just can keep her in prayer, but yes, hospitals is when I go to a hospital, come out of hospital, man, I feel drained, man.
Me
I
too.
was walking Josh in the ICU room when my mother-in-law was in the ICU room. I heard a little boy tell me, "Help me." A little boy helped me. So I looked to the room. When I went further up, there was a room to my left. I turned to look. There was a little boy unconscious in there with all kinds of hoses in him. But I heard his spirit tell me, "Help me." You know. So I prayed for him. Yeah, it's hospitals is pretty hot and heavy. Cemeteries, but
Yeah.
hospitals. Because in hospitals, it's about you got angels in hospitals, and then you got this unseen forces that they're ready to claim somebody's life. So it's hot and heavy spiritual warfare. I don't even know how the doctors and nurses
I don't
do this.
either. That's one thing I've always wondered about, is how I think it takes its toll too, because you'll meet nurses and doctors who are real lethargic. They don't care. They go through the motions, and then some nurses that are just absolutely mean. They become cruel, mean spirited, and I think that stuff takes its toll on them. There's like a spiritual warfare there, and it's doing what it does. You
They're
know.
trying to do their job, or they learned in college, right? But at the same time, that negative attachment attaches itself to them, it changes their demeanor of who they are as individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do got some people there that do believe in Jesus Christ, and they're there doing their job, helping people with a smiley face and with a love foundation where they take care about the patient. And then you got others that might be having some kind of family problems. They're mad and they're going there with their attitudes and stuff, and they take it out on the patients. We hear it all the time, right? Where even
Yeah.
in those what do you call retirement homes, where the people get mistreated very badly. You know, it's crazy.
Well, just like the VA, when my grandfather, I hated going to the VA because they don't, they purposely try to not help you. And my grandfather, I'd have to take him there, and then he ended up in the VA rest home, and it was just such an abysmal, awful place, awful experiences. And I always saw things in there, dude, all the time.
It's bad, man. It's bad. Uh, that's why I go in and out, man. Not to the In and Out burger. I just go in and out of the house. Had to throw
You
the
know,
joke in
another
there.
place, another place that is always messed with me is like there are certain places like if you go to a gym, like I'm going to the gym tonight when I get done with this, when I'm done out
Mhm.
here, and there are certain places like certain gyms I'll go to, and I won't really feel anything, and then others I'll feel something in certain spots. And I think
Uh,
that when people are exerting a lot of energy, you know, they're doing that extreme exertion. There's something there that'll attach and it'll suck up that energy. I just feel
Josh,
that, you know.
I saw a black shadow figure at my church, Josh, not too long ago.
Wow.
I was
Churches
uh,
do.
I was in the men's bathroom and I was checking my hair, dude, and the door was right behind me, and I looked in the mirror and it just like popped out on this side, and then it went back up the stairs. So I went up the stairs, and it's one two flights to get to the door that leads to the temple. And when I was getting to the second flight, the door was about to close. I grabbed the door before it closed and opened it, and there was nobody out there walking in front of me, man. Nobody. Then the lights on the stage they started blinking on and off. I was like, wow, in church.
well, it's common sense why they could show up at the church because a lot of people go and pray for ask God for forgiveness because they're living in sin. So there could be negative attachments how they could get into a church. How somebody could be living their lives.
All
What do
right,
you think, brother?
everybody.
Is brother Josh still there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
his,
unusual.
his screen's still there. He's
Oh, he's
probably
breaking
doing
up.
he's probably doing an investigation.
He's breaking up.
Oh, I got it. Oh no, I'm just
Oh,
changing my clothes because I got to go to the gym. It's cold as hell out here.
Be careful, man. You could get arrested for nudity, man.
I don't think so, man. I'm out at my ranch, so there ain't nobody out here
Oh, okay,
other than
okay.
maybe the Lechusa.
Well, you make sure you spell it right, like not some other channel that spelled la chosa.
oh, lechosa.
Uh,
How do you spell it, primo?
LACHOZA, la chosa, la chosa. And they asked Google. Hey, cousin, Cynthia says she likes owls, man. That's her spirit guide. Maybe you should make the noise just for her.
She wants you to make noise of the owl.
He said that the owl is her spirit guide, that she likes owls, man. You should give her the noise. No, no, no.
I
No,
don't think
no,
all owls are inherently evil or bad. I just think that
no.
it's an
The
animal that
Chusa are
those
the
brujas
Chusa.
they choose. Yeah, the lechusa chooses to use. Unfortunately. Oh, look at this. Look at
Into
this beauty.
Leviathan. You knew it, Lawrence?
I just opened up my get this. I just opened up my console in my Explorer, and there's a thing here from when Nellie got her glasses from America's Best. And what is it? A picture of an owl.
What's up, Lawrence? Exuberance? How you doing, man?
The
Long time
Chusa.
no see, brother. Don't be using my government name, Cynthia.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Lechusa will
fuck.
be pretty tall, especially the dark ones, the black ones, man. The ones I would see when I was a kid, they were huge, like 6 foot. The owl here in Texas, I think the biggest will be like 4 4 foot, with a pretty big wingspan. But the Lechusa is way bigger than that. The Lechusas were pretty hot and heavy back in the 70s. You could see them flying all over the air, man.
Hey, Exuberance, it's open mic night, bro.
I think I have somebody that wanted to share a story too, brother Josh, dealing with some big birds that he's seen at the island over there in South Padre. Uh, is somebody I know. I remember when he was talking that to people, but nobody. I mean, at the time he was like scared of what he witnessed. There really nobody was paying attention to what he was saying. But I told him that I would give him the platform, and I want to have him on just to see what he witnessed. But he said he witnessed this off the South Padre Island.
We lost Josh.
Yeah, I think we lost brother Josh. He got to work out.
Well, cousin, 2 hours and 52 minutes.
Oh man, there he is.
Say hi to
We
Exuberance,
lost. We
man.
got
There we go.
disconnected.
So I was talking about a commercial. America's. It was an owl with the glasses only. Well, I remember the owl with the lollipop.
Hey, man, leave Mr.
Yeah.
Out alone.
Boy, they
One,
used to show that all the time when we were kids.
Yeah, that's all that was the freaking owl, and I was already seeing lechusas in the sky.
Come on, man, sing
Every
the
time,
words. Sing the song, Primo. Help Woodsy spread the word. Never be a dirty bird.
yeah. How many times does it take? What? How many times does it
How
take?
many
What?
licks does it take?
To get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, I know. Runner knows. Who's runner at? He knows how many times.
Hey, man, can I tell you how many it really does take? 100 licks to get to the center. I
A
didn't
hundred
have any,
licks.
I didn't have anything better to do that day. I counted and reached each one. I wrote them down, dude. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
man.
Mr. Al, man.
I know brother Josh's gonna work out, but yeah, man. Tomorrow, just let me around what time frame? You doing the live, brother Josh? I think we lost him again. You'll send me a link.
Can you hear me?
We
Yeah, we
can't
can
have.
hear you now.
Yeah, because I think we broke up. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, and the fog is so bad we can barely see. Um, yeah, it'll be the Patreon. It'll be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Okay.
So if anybody's listening and they want to join the show tomorrow night, you got to be a Patreon member of the
Ooh,
channel. So
there's so many stories, man. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about.
I think the Soul Collector thing is pretty interesting, considering that these people literally make these deals, you know, and it's such a sucker's deal because you only get this little short time, and then you give your soul to be a slave in the afterlife.
But what's messed up about that is that while they're still here and living, they're doing evil deeds in
Yeah,
which they
What's
truly
up,
don't
Elastic Machinery?
they
Hey,
have no
Chris.
love. They have no love towards really nobody, man. Or maybe they got
no,
the short end of the stick, or they wasn't educated, or to know that they could ask God for forgiveness, that He will forgive them. Whatever the case is, yeah, it's one of those, like you said, they get screwed. So I remember, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Talk about that tomorrow.
yeah, it's really not worth it, man. I can't believe that people do it.
In the '70s, many people were doing it in their town. That's all I know.
Hmm.
I've seen people show up on Facebook that I know from back home, and they'll say, or the people before our family members screwed us over. They say now our home, or it's like a ghost town because of the evil that they were doing. So what that girl was talking about is brujeria. A lot of our
Yeah.
family members were brujas. So that's
Hmm.
what she was talking about. That they cursed because of the evil deeds that we're doing. They cursed the next generation. So if you go to our hometown, it's like a ghost town, and it's very crooked. It still hasn't changed one bit, no, because
Not one bit. Ain't living that time, man.
that's in the real Grand Valley.
We dirty south. Elastic
Yeah,
wants you to send him a link, cousin.
who's that?
Elastic Machinery.
Lester Machinery. I mean, he hasn't been here in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, his
Um,
house burned down yesterday.
Oh
his house
wow.
burned down? Yeah, I'm
Sorry
pretty
about
sure.
your house, Elastic.
There you go. We got exuberance. He popped out of nowhere.
También. He been
Strangers.
he been
There's a lady.
MIA for a while. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
Especially since it's open mic night. Exuberance.
Oh yeah. Open mic night. Well, maybe we need to change it. What's another term for Mike, brother Josh?
What is another
I
term
mean,
for
because
Mike?
because we're saying Mike,
Open
other
lines.
people
The
other
request
people
lines are now open.
they're gonna think we're talking about them.
But man, runner. He says, "Watch out, Josh. There's a gay succubus in your ranch."
What
Ain't
the?
no gay succubus in my ranch. I'm
No,
heading back to town though, so maybe I'll be in town.
this is what the show was about. And Renner said he had a incubus attacking him at nighttime. Instead of a succubus, he had an incubus
That's what
Ugh.
attacking him.
Josh says, Lawrence. How you doing, Elastic?
They doing
Hey, can you
Lester.
hear me?
Yeah,
Hey,
loud
can
and
you hear
clear,
me?
man. Loud and
Good
clear.
deal. How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. We chilling like villains.
Good.
How are you holding up?
Oh, he
Yeah,
disappeared.
he disappeared.
So you saying his house burned down?
Yeah, that's what Josh said.
Yeah, his house burned
Oh,
down. Yeah.
well, at least he's okay, because he probably had insurance on him.
How you
Oh, I
doing,
hope so.
Elastic?
Sorry to hear what happened,
Hey, I'm
brother.
doing all right. Yeah, it was really scary. It was something else, something I've never experienced before.
Wow.
Definitely odd. Um, but yeah, regarding what you guys are saying, previously, buying into the sucker's deal. People do this all the time, and it's like they see this shot to get in Hollywood or to get a specific job, and they'll sell their soul for it, but it's just a fraction of time compared to what it really means. You're going to trade forever for what, 70 years, 70, 80 years
Yeah.
if you're good. It's not even a fraction. It doesn't even make sense mathematically, especially if you're a believer and you have faith. I can tell you this, if I was even 30 seconds off from getting my parents out, we wouldn't have made it out.
Wow.
What started it?
It was that. We have some ideas. Come here, Tony. Sorry. I'm walking my dog. I'm trying to get out of the house a little bit. So my parents have a mobility scooter, and it seemed like possibly the wire overheated.
So the scooter burned your house down?
Yes, the wire got hot.
I got my tone out, and my mom was the first one out, and my dad yelling for me to come out, so he go back into his room. So once I got out, we turned back to him, but I can't see him. Now, the smoke at this point is like below my head down in order to see anything. So that front door was open, and it must have sent like a really strong draft and fed oxygen to the fire. So at that point, it dropped to my knees, sort of like a fish tank empty.
Wow.
The smoke settled, and it's just a wall of, you can't see anything. Really.
Are you cutting out?
That's I'm sorry to hear that, man, about the house.
You broke up, Evie.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Glad y'all are okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your elastic broke. It broke. Are you here, Brother Josh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. That's sad. So did it get just smoked out, or did the house burn?
No, the house, I think it burned.
Oh, wow.
I think it burned down.
Yeah, because them fires, man, they spread fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost them.
3 hours and 3 minutes, Cousin Abe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting stories of what Brother Judge was talking about earlier. Yeah, man. The only reason I go by myself when I go and do the investigation sometimes is because I see it. If something's going to happen, well, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to me, not nobody else. I don't want to endanger nobody else. That's why I go by myself sometimes, or well, the majority of the times. But it's been a while now since I've been out there. So sometimes they'll come and make the presence. We can be doing a live here, and you hear something bang on the window, or you're banging towards a wall, brick, boom, boom, boom. Like they're trying to get my attention to go outside. So I go and I do the sign of the cross, and I tell them, welcome here. I take authority over in Jesus Christ's name. Leave my home. You're not welcome here. But that's what happens. How's where you living at right now, Brother Josh? Pretty mellow, no activity.
We've had a few little things happen. There's something that's there. It was there when we came. Like, I remember when we first went to look at it, my wife said there was something there, but that's only because to me, we're spiritually in tune. And so whenever something is anywhere, if you're there for any length of time, you'll see it, you'll notice it. It's there. But so far, it's not been real. It's been more benign. It hasn't been real dramatic. It's not as malevolent as what was in the other house that we were staying in. And I think we've all had a couple little things happen here and there. Like I'll hear noises and stuff, but it doesn't seem to be it just doesn't seem to be as malicious. It's just there.
Like a spirit, just a spirit.
Yeah, it's like a spirit that's there. Yeah. I think it's a female, from what I can tell. We've all heard like weird stuff, but I haven't been accosted. And then one day I was laying in the bed and I was like looking at my phone. I was turned to the side and I was reading the texts from the day before, the messages, basically the messages from work. I was going through them. It's like a tedious thing I got to do every day. And I had just gotten up, and the first thing I do when I wake up, I pray. And as soon as I'm done with that, then I start doing my day. And so it's about 11 a.m. There was nobody up, and because everybody works at night. And so I see this thing come into the room and then move real fast. And at first I thought it was like one of the guys, like Anthony or Tony. And I was like, why are they just walking in the room? And then I realized that the door was closed, and it was about, a tall humanoid shape. So I don't know what that was. And I was like, and then I heard like kind of a crackling noise. And I thought, okay, that's a spirit. I just witnessed one. But that was probably the most dramatic thing that's happened to me. A couple other people have heard things and seen things. But like I said, it doesn't seem to be not nearly on the level of what it was in the other house. And when we were at the ranch for a few months, there was a few little things here and there, but it was nothing like overly dramatic. I mean, I've stayed there by myself a few times, and I didn't feel anything. It's just nothing out of the ordinary. One time or a couple times during the day, I had some weird stuff happen, but nothing really at night. So that's kind of odd. And Anthony was in his room a couple times, and he heard like something and saw something, but it was always during the day.
Have you cleans the house?
Yeah, I mean, I've prayed and done, but I really need to do a full-on cleanse.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Just cleanse your home for, just to protect your house, man. A place that heavenly crosses from the doorways and the windows.
Yeah.
With holy water, or or olive oil, something that's pure. Place the heavenly spiritual crosses. You just do a little prayer and say if there's any spirits or anything that clean there that is not welcome to leave. And get rid of any kind of spirits, because I mean it has happened to me here where I live. In this house, I think the owner passed away in this house, and there's times where I've been on a video, I go sit down on the couch. There was one day when I opened my eyes, I could see somebody like this over had their hands like this on the wall, and they're looking at me, and it looks like a old white lady looking at me like this. And when I come to, I say, I tithe under rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Leave the house, welcome here. But I believe it was the spirit of the owner. Like her hands were on the wall like this, and her face is looking right at me. We're just like, it's just crazy. But I wasn't afraid, I just told her to leave me alone. So the following day when I woke up, I got my holy water and I blessed the home. It could have been her, or it could have been the DDN, or Shape just can walk because they can manifest to look like somebody, Remember, they're always looking for the power of belief.
How did it
You
feel?
give it a little bit of power, what you're seeing, you get more power, and it's, more activity is going to get. More activity is going to pick up, and it might get under control. That's why I suggest to just cleanse it, and everything will be you get rid of whatever's there.
Hey, did you have like a sense of dread about it, or was it just was there a feeling to it?
Brother Josh?
Oh, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear Elastic,
Oh, okay.
but we can hear Brother Josh right now. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad that,
You guys are
that
breaking up real
all of
bad.
you are alive. Brother Elastic, I'm glad that y'all made it out of there, man. Uh, Everything else could be replaceable, but not a human life.
Oh,
I'm glad
yeah, exactly.
that y'all okay, you and your family. Uh,
No,
well, keep your prayer. I
absolutely.
didn't know that this happened at all, man. But just till right
Well,
now.
yeah, it literally just happened yesterday. Yesterday
Oh
morning at
wow.
6 a.m. Yeah.
Wow.
I've had plenty else go on. Like the rest, this has been a really weird month. I had a best friend die. Um, Today is the day that it's like a year ago where my fiance died. Um, we were together 9 years. So today, the 24th, is the day that she passed. And I haven't even had time to really think about that. But, you know, I feel like the richest man, in the world because I have my family. Literally nothing else can compare. Like, I don't even care too much about things. I'm not a really materialistic person as it is. Um, like years ago, like I come to life and death situations, and that just really put perspective on it for me. It's like these people who waste time, wanting to mess with your stream or give you a hard time. It's just like, what are you doing even? It's like the only thing we have in life is time. It sort of like ties back to these people doing the sucker deal. You're only given a certain amount of time in this life, and
Yeah.
what do you, how are you going to waste it, or are you going to do things that really count for yourself? You're going to store up a treasure on earth or a treasure in heaven. You know, I may have lost like my whole library, but it's like hopefully I'll be able to get into them records up in heaven. If I feel like doing a deep dive, I will. But I have a feeling all of that will be irrelevant. There's going to be so many fascinating things to discover. You know, to learn.
Yes.
It's just a matter of, are you going to stick to being what's true, or you got to be true to yourself.
I think that's a
But
big part of too of life. What you just said, being true to yourself is like, because we are all of the life and breath and spark of God. No matter where we came from, everything emanates from the source, from the absolute,
you know,
from the creator, from the great I am. And whenever you deviate from that, you're being self-abusive. And I tell you, people don't understand that. They don't grasp that concept, and they do not hold those principles at all. That's run rampant now, this do what thou wilt satanic bullcrap, because people are starting to get to where they think that they know everything, and everything is a done deal. And let me tell you something, it's not. And these people who are so wrapped up in the whole, like grasping for the right now. They want everything self gratification. They're not looking at the future. They're not looking at the truth and the nature of our reality. They don't understand it, and that's a big problem with people now. That's happening. Like, it's so pervasive in our society. Um, I just can't stress it enough. Like, how important it is to be true to yourself, because when you lie to yourself, you're lying to God, because God, he's seeing through your eyes. He knows. So, you can lie and fool everybody, and that's horrible. That's bad. But when you lie to yourself, that's deranged. That's where a lot of these people come from, man. What you're talking about, these lunatics, dude, and not just the ones that mess with us, but just in general, the ones that are running the country. And I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about the people that they're uncovering that were behind all these schemes and all this crap. I mean, it's everywhere you freaking look. It's a bunch of sociopaths, and I don't understand, where did they all come from? They came from the god of this world, which is Satan, and that's their father, and that very much so. They acknowledge that and they worship him, the beast, and they're lying to themselves. Yeah, to your own self
Many
be
of them
true. I mean,
are
that's the most
raised for
important
these
thing.
positions. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
They're raised for these positions, put in these places from their ancestors. The same beings helping them are the ones that help their ancestors.
Yeah.
They worship these beings and
The ones that give
entities,
them
and
the power, the power.
absolutely, and
Well,
it's a sucker's
what are the
deal.
ones called, Brother Josh? The ones that are supposedly in charge.
Which
Oh,
ones?
Josh, I think
The
he's.
elite?
Oh, there he is. Like the Illuminati,
No,
The
well,
Illuminati?
Bilderberg.
no, the other ones,
Bilderberg, yeah. Trilateral
the
Commission.
the rich people that you talk about. That there's certain families that are in power.
Oh, yeah, the bloodlines,
Khazars?
like the
The
Rothschilds,
bloodlines?
the Roth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rothschild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're very much in charge, and I really believe that if we have taken out a very integral part of our belief system. The early church believed in it, but then the Catholic Church knocked it out, and the Catholic Church is very much a tool. It's an arm, it's a wing of these people, and not necessarily the people who practice, but the people who are ultimately in charge of the Catholic Church and what they've done and what they're doing, and it's sad because they are saying that we have to do everything this way. This is not real. This isn't real. And so Christians are being
control
raised,
freaks.
born and bred and dying, living and dying. They are not knowing the truth. Jesus says you die for lack of knowledge. Well, the knowledge is there, but people aren't accepting it. And we don't have a very integral part of it. And what happens is with these bloodlines and these families, and I'm going to go out on the limb and say it, they reincarnate and they come back over and over and over again, and they have deals made with these demons. Now, somebody had told me that they are part of this reincarnating system and that they've reincarnated for 800 years. What I said to this person was, I said, I don't give a shit. What is that in the big scheme of things? What is 800 years? I said, let's say you reincarnate another 800 years. That gives you 1600 years. Whoopee doo. That doesn't give you anything. It's a drop in the bucket into eternity, or even how long the earth shall endure, which is 4 billion years. What does it matter? It's a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And for people who might think that's a crazy notion about quote reincarnation unquote, in the garden the serpent told Eve that your eyes will be open, you're bound to know just everything like God, and you can live forever. This is what they're talking about. This transhumanism is up next. It was probably already here once before. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, everything has been done before, man.
Right. And it's like there's a really good book I recommend everybody. It's called The Fourth Turning, and it talks about long-term type of patterns that are recognized, and we're coming up right now. It's a really interesting book. I recommend it to people. And also, I think about I think about what's the purpose of mummification other than like the preserving DNA. And they've been cloning people with, all along. All along, they've been cloning people.
There's a story that I wanted to get into on my show, but I had to do more research, and it was called the Olmecan Vampire. But the more that I research it, now get this, I think that it should be called the Olmecan Mummy because it was a perfectly preserved. I believe what I'm calling it, and I'm telling my friend Scotty, I'm telling him when he's telling me about this, I said, dude, I think this thing is a perfectly preserved Anunnaki mummy. And I
Oh
think
wow.
that this thing was coming out of its body in an astral form, and it's literally doing what Abe calls the DDN. It was doing, it was taking people's life force, and they found people that were exsanguinated. Now, I haven't told this story yet, but it's a very fascinating story, and it's probably going to be a two-parter on the pre-record. But the Olmecan mummy, yeah, and it's crazy because like the mummy is a vampiric type entity, and all I know is I can just go by what these people say, but I can throw my own theory and conjecture onto this subject, and of course that's what we do at PRT. And we get these encounters, and I retell them, or people will come on and tell their encounters, but I will go into detail about it. And one of the things that makes it an invaluable piece of information, because you have the knowledge, because you did as Jesus commanded, and you learn these things, and so you know what you're dealing with. And so whenever these beings come out, and people are just stunned and confused by what they are, people like us, we're not confused. We're shocked a little bit, but you got to realize you've been prepped for this. You're out there in the deep water. You don't need the freaking inner tube anymore. You can swim now in this deep water because you know that this stuff exists. You know it's real, and there's no more real surprises. And these beings, they've been hibernating, and I'm telling you, the governments of this world, they know, and they want the DNA from those beings. And I'm telling you, that's what these things are. They're vampiric, and that's what these people are. You have people now talking about it on talk shows. I never thought I would see the day when Roseanne Barr sat there and talked about it with Tucker Carlson and Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
And she's like, they're vampires, Tucker. They're vampires. They literally drink blood. And she was like, don't look at me like that. She goes, I'm not crazy. She's not crazy. She's not. And these people are saying it now. They're coming out and saying, because these people are getting their power from these vampiric entities that have been ruling the earth for thousands of years. And the Olmecan mummy is one of them. It's a vampire. And I believe he was trying to get enough energy and life force to revive his body. Yeah, I do. That's what I believe was happening. Spoiler alert on that one. But I mean, the story is still going to happen. There's a bunch of stuff that happened, but that's what's going on. And then I had another one in that same region about chemizats. I mean, there's so much going on. It doesn't matter what region of the earth you go to. There's this bunch of stuff going on, dude. I mean, and we're over here just kind of floating and just at the mercy of these things. It's really scary stuff.
When you talk about vampires, I
Roseanne
remember what that
Barr,
guy told me. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say Roseanne Barr gave an introduction talk for Kathy O'Brien, who's a MK Ultra survivor, who was knows all about Hollywood, had so many roles in her life, all the way up to a presidential level. And she has she has a couple books, but one of them is Formation of America. And it talks about the
He's breaking up.
That happens a lot when people start talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts getting deep, and then the evil spirits, they want to stop us. They don't want you talking about this.
Is there anything causing these interruptions? We tie bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name.
In the name of Christ, rebuke you.
Yeah, brother Josh. Spiritual warfare is very real, man.
Well, I
Yeah.
tell you what,
You know,
if
you talk about
whoever's
the vampire.
listening,
It reminds me of that when I was in that bar in Germany, man. When I was gonna go in the bar, open up the door. It's called Cheers, you know, and opened up the bar. I was in Erlangen, Germany, and smoke comes out of there, and same old thing that happens on a Saturday night. Nothing but drunk GIs, you know. Then I closed the door and I said to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the billets, watch a movie, and buy me a calzone pizza. So when I turn around to walk away, there's a guy standing behind me. I don't even know where he came from, and he tells me that he knows who I am. You know, well, no, he says I know who your grandmother and grandfather, or grandfather and grandmother are. So I'm looking at this guy. He's talking to me with a different freaking accent, and with an accent from over there. I don't know if he's German or what he is. And I said, "What's their names?" He said my grandfather's name, my grandmother's name, and which there's no way because they had been deceased since 70s. I think my grandfather passed away in 76. My grandmother passed out like in 79 or 80, somewhere around there. So that's what he says, you know, and I'm like, man, I'm in a foreign country. How does this guy know their names? Said their full name, even their middle name. And then I asked him, or I asked, who's my parents? And he said their names, full, middle, and everything. And he's talking with a different accent. And then he knew all my brother and sister's names, said all of them. I was like, what the hell is this? You know, is this, I was thinking maybe this, what I'm dealing with is either a demon or that's Ferratu. But he said that he knew my grandmother and grandfather very well. And I didn't say nothing back to him. I just turned around and walked away. It wasn't my time to fight spiritually. You know, I was still 19. I just walked away from it, man. I didn't want to know what it was or anything like that. You know, so I walked away from it.
well,
You know, that's one
tomorrow
time.
night, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, man, and hopefully
Sorry, brother
Elastic
Joshua.
can hop on and say what he's got to say tomorrow on the
Yeah,
Patreon, folks. If you're
yeah,
not a
yeah.
Patreon member, join the Patreon. It's a good way to support the show, help support the channel. And Abe, you'll be on there tomorrow with me. I'll see you, man.
Yeah.
I got to run. I got
All right, brother.
to. Okay. All right, man. Peace.
Peace out. There's Elastic. There he is. So, brother Elastic, you back? Or maybe it's, yeah, I don't know. I can't hear you, brother Elastic. But I guess we're going to call it a night since brother Elastic is having technical difficulties. I want to say thank you to brother Josh Turner, Paranormal Roundtable, and the Paranormal Round, the Troopers, Sister Nellie, Sister Madeline, uh, Elastic, all the moderators, and everybody that tuned in here tonight. I'm feeling a lot better than what I was feeling like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. You know, I'm just trying to, I had to take some time off from my workouts and everything because I wasn't feeling good, but I'm feeling better. So I would be ready for tomorrow night to talk about whatever Brother Josh Turner wants to talk about. We're going to talk about tomorrow. It must be. It's going to be a must see show. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's live and while we're talking here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I want to say thank you, cousin Jesse, for continuing to be my co-host. He got tired. He gets it because he needs. I guess his he starts his. I don't know is it sugars or what, but you had to call it a night early. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'll throw elastic a wrench. Let me throw elastic machinery a wrench before we go. Let me see. Elastic machinery. The senior wrench, elastic machinery. Thank you, brother Exuberance. There we go. We'll send one more final prayer for you, brother, before we go. Heavenly Father, at this time, we'd like to pray for Brother Elastic Machinery and his family as we place in the heavenly spiritual crosses on them from head to toe and on their pets. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for protecting them yesterday from the fire. Uh, I know in life sometimes we lose things, but I know that you will bless them back with a lot more. Uh, Continue to protect them, Heavenly Father, like you did yesterday. Uh, if there's any negative attachments, any unclean spirits around them, we tie, bind, and rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name. Leave them alone. You're not allowed to affect them in any way, shape, or form. This I pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Good night, everybody. This is Brother Abe Cias from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters signing off. Thank you for everybody that joined me here tonight. It was an awesome night. They joined in with chat. It was open mic night. And I love it when people join in like that, because we can talk just about anything when it's open mic night. Good night, everybody. Love, light, and blessings to every single one of y'all. If you're feeling a certain way, just remember that the Heavenly Father is always with you. Jesus Christ is always with you. You're not alone what you're going through. He's with you. Just call upon Him to assist you spiritually, and He will assist you. Good night, everybody, and see y'all tomorrow night. Peace out, everybody.